now? I was on the phone with Shannon. I thought it would connect. Can, can you guys hear me now? Hello, hello. Oh, you can hear now. Okay. Yeah, I was on the phone with Shannon. I thought I could talk to her and talk to you guys at the same time, but I guess it don't work that way. She's gonna be mad at me because I was talking to her and I went live, but I can't do the live going down the road, so I have to do it after I'm parked. Morning, Des. We're in Winston-Salem, North Carolina right now, so I'm headed to Atkins, Virginia to pick up a trailer, and I'm headed to Missouri. Hello, Boilermaker Rick. Yeah, I'm headed, Kim, I'm headed to St. Charles over by St. Louis, and then I'm going to go home for the weekend. I got to get my drugs refilled and stuff, so it sucks driving the road on the road out here. You get your medication. Some of them I can get for 90 days, and then some of them are only 30 days. So, but it makes it where I have to come home once in a while. The traffic. I was talking earlier, and you guys didn't hear me. I was on the phone with Shannon, and I got up late. Well, I was up to 7 driving, but I was up most of the night. I didn't sleep very good. I actually got up and went on YouTube with Belt Loop and Devil Dog and Cottonwood Ranch. She's trying to get her hours and made her mad, so we got off of there last night. I guess I make a got a habit of making people mad. I made Aaron mad. I got into him about some of the stuff he was doing yesterday on here. Told him he needs to calm down a little bit. I haven't been to the Golden Corral there, but that area, St. Charles over there off of 370, they've really built that up. There's a lot of businesses over there now in that area. Whoa, you guys are typing too much, River Rannoch. I know you was catching bait yesterday. Did you catch something? Sorry, guys. Hi, Ted. I ain't got somebody to read the chat to me, guys, so it's kind of hard. Ted, you can come up if you want. If you ain't working. Caught a big blue cat, huh? You know, I get home, I might go fishing for a little bit. It's supposed to be in the 70s Saturday, but raining, but I still might go. When Shannon goes, takes her nap, I might sneak over and put a line in the water. Des, you at the cottage? Or are you off today? Oh, I was saying earlier too when nobody could hear me. Somebody type in weather, see if that's working now. It wasn't working right yesterday. You're off today. Oh, okay. You're off a little bit every day, but just completely off today. Mm. Ted, when you gonna make some new baits on that new mold you got there? I seen the mold, but I haven't seen nothing where you're making the baits yet. Well, Mike typed the weather in. Let's see if it works, guys. I'll have to have Eddie work on it. Try to typing just Springfield in. Mike, see if it works with just the town, not the zip code. Because it was working, but now it quit. But you guys can type any of the military services or just vet, and it shows you. It's beautiful over here today. Kind of cool. It's only 53, but it's nice out today. The wind ain't blowing 90 mile an hour or nothing. There, it worked. The weather worked. All right, well, it's working. Maybe somebody typed at the same time yesterday and it didn't work when Shannon did it. I need to have Eddie show me how to pin the thing to the top when I start. So if people want to come in up. Oh, when somebody does them right back to back, it. Oh, okay. You gotta be slow like me. Has anybody heard from LB? See how she did with her surgery Monday? I haven't seen no comments anywhere yet on her. Hi, Brenda. If I miss somebody, don't hold it against me, guys. I'm trying to see the chat too and then not run over anybody. See the difference in the states yesterday. We were down there where everything is green. The trees are all green. They're just starting to turn green up here in North Carolina. Florida and South Carolina or Georgia was already all green. Hi, Virginia. I'm headed to Virginia. Oh, somebody's in the basement. Let me see who's up. There it is. Hello.
Hey, it's me. I'm going to turn my camera off just because my kids will be up and down the stairs.
Okay, that's fine.
Hi, Virginia. Hi, Raquel. Good morning.
We'd rather look at your avatar anyway.
Raquel just walked in the door.
Hi, Raquel. She's up already. She had a late night. She heard
Yeah, I
Belt
will.
Loop was doing a sharing the stream deal. Raquel, I don't know how to do that. I don't know if you can click onto my stream, my paper StreamYard now. I don't know if you can click on now and get some more time or not.
I can't click on it because it's not active.
Oh, you have to do it before you start, huh?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, somebody's going to have to teach me that then.
Me
That
too.
way other people can come in.
Yeah, I like to be taught that as well. Not that I need the time, but this way they can get time off of their channels.
Yeah, because Raquel's trying to she's down on her hours. That I'll get Eddie to teach it to me today, and then when somebody comes on, they can go ahead and do it too and get their hours while I'm driving. Might as well. We're just sitting here chit chatting.
Right? Let me pull. I wanted to pull the chat from YouTube. She has 690 hours left to go. She's close.
Oh, yeah. I hope they don't do like some other people, Raquel. There's some of them's been like that close. Henderson Family Farms, Mitchell. He was about 800, and then he lost 3,000 hours. Right, bang, really quick. And then somebody yesterday lost. Who was it? Was talking about they lost 600 hours in one night.
Shirley lost 600 subscribers.
I thought 600 hours she lost last.
I think it was subscribers. Where did my chat go? Dad nabbit.
Yeah, it's ridiculous the way it works. But yeah, Mitchell, he was almost getting ready to be monetized, and he lost 3,000 hours. Almost had to start all over.
Wow. Trying to get this. My mouse does not like to work. Gotta get a new mouse.
Yeah, I thought I could be on the phone with Shannon talking to her and talking to you guys same time. It didn't work.
No.
So I'm in the doghouse now.
If Shannon's here, say you're sorry.
I'm sorry. I thought it would work. I got my other phone, my other headset. You can call me on the other phone. It's actually charged.
Raquel says she's debating about doing a live Friday, and then she said, "Yeah, but if you look at the history of Mitchell, he had a video last year that had 10,000 views, so he was probably at the back end of the hours being dropped."
Yeah, that could be. Yeah, that's what's bad. You know, you got hours dropping off. You might have a great big deal, and then it jumps off all at one time.
Yeah. Teresa popped in and said, "Hey, Air wants to know why he was blocked."
I will call Aaron later.
Come on, mouse, catch that. Dad, nabbit. Okay. And Raquel says, "I don't have hours dropping off because I wasn't posting last year at this time." Yeah, I didn't start till July, I think. And I already have, I think, 1,900 hours. Not that I have to worry about hours because I'm not going to get monetized.
Yeah, I'm trying to get monetized, so I'm trying to keep my channel halfway clean and straight where people can everybody can come in. I mean, we all have different opinions, but I'm trying to make it where kids can come in and us old farts can come in and talk. And because I want to get monetized, it wasn't going to get monetized, but I got the people now. I got more people than a lot of people do, and so I want to get it, and I want to get the money so I can help other channels, and I want to give to St. Jude's, and that ain't money out of my pocket. I'm driving down the road, we're talking, and we're letting YouTube pay for it, so YouTube's going to pay for it all. I already have my phones, so no expense on that. So all I got to do is sit here and chit chat or just drive like I do anyway and get a little bit of income coming off. And I'm going to give it all away to other people. You know, like I help a lot of channels out, I'm members on, but I want to give to St. Jude's, and there's a couple other, the veterans and stuff. I want to be able to give more to charities. And so, I mean, it's going to take me a while to get my hours, but
all right, let me give you some chat talk here. So Cotton Ranch said, Raquel, she said, "You aren't monetized yet, Randy?" Question mark.
No, Teresa? I only got 650 hours. We looked yesterday. Me and Shannon looked. I thought I had more hours than that, but it showed I only had 650 hours.
Ouch. And then Teresa said,
1,210 people.
Yeah. We need your hours
Teresa
up.
said what?
Air said no need. And then M&T Living and Cooking said family friendly. Same here. Beverly says, "Hi, everybody."
Hello.
And then Raquel said, "I'm shocked. I thought he had tons of hours." I agree. Me too.
Yeah, I've been doing several lives now. And for some reason, my hours aren't adding up.
It also depends how many people you have in there, too.
Yeah, but I have usually 10 to 15, which ain't many, but I usually get an average of 130 views on them when we do this.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I was surprised because I thought I had way over that too, but me and Shannon, I didn't know how to do it, and Shannon was telling me how to look at the
give it a couple of days
or whatever.
Give it a couple of days and then go back to where when you go into YouTube Studio, look for the monetization, the dollar sign, and click on that, and then scroll all the way to the bottom, and then see. on what it says because
Yeah, that's what we did. And it said 650 is all.
yeah, that's when did you check this morning? Yesterday?
No, 2 days ago.
Yeah, give it a couple more days because you have your the last couple of lives you've done.
Yeah,
That
it
will
was
go
like
up.
5 hours yesterday.
Right, that'll go up some. Teresa said,
But
"See you all
somebody,
later."
bye, Teresa. But some of them say when we go live like this, the hours don't count. And sometimes, it counts afterwards. If the people watching afterwards is when you get your watch hours. So I don't know how it works. I hear both ways how it works.
I get them off of my lives.
Well,
I've
that's
got
what I
I've
thought
got
you're supposed to.
I've got 1900 hours.
Hmm.
Let's see. Cottonwood Ranches. I have the same amount of watch my lives when I walk. And then she said, consistency is the most important thing on YouTube. I've noticed that if I post once a week, YouTube pushes it all week. The hours count. I get them. So just keep on doing your little lives, and they'll eventually add up. And then we just got to find you a good little short video or something to post that will catch more
Yeah.
views.
Well, I'm gonna do a video of our stickers. Talk about everybody's on the truck, and then I'm headed home, and we're gonna give shots to the goats, and we gotta ban some, and I'm gonna try to do a video of doing that on mine. So I have
Oh,
some other stuff besides just driving.
yeah, just don't show the banning too much because YouTube doesn't like that kind of stuff either. How
I've
can
done
you?
it a couple of times, and they've never said nothing to me.
Mm, okay. Freedom Bird wants to know how can you tell when YouTube pushes it? I guess towards Raquel. And then Raquel said, "Randy, do a thoughts from the road video."
You don't want to hear my thoughts out here.
it wouldn't be it wouldn't be family friendly.
That's right. Anastasia and Nancy could come in, and the Vineyard Chicks.
Yeah, we don't want that.
And I love the Vineyard Chicks, so I like them coming and being able to come in.
Yeah,
They're really
M&T,
super kids.
they're good. They're good kids. M&T said we try to do one-on-one videos, sometimes two lives. So one, I guess, yeah, one video, one live. There we go.
Oh,
Read
okay.
it. Read it again, Des. Read it again. And then she said, Raquel said, oh, wait a minute. Oh, and then Raquel answered Brenda's comment. Brenda, because I get views all week. And then Brenda said,
Raquel, you can come up if you want and explain to it.
So
I'm not typing, so you can't correct me.
So Brenda, you can do banding on goats and show it.
We have.
I'm surprised.
We're not cutting them or nothing. We're just putting bands on them, and we've showed it, and we've never got no bad things over it on Shannon channel or mine.
Okay,
Because usually I'm holding them, and she puts the bands on them, and they've
gotcha.
never said anything. But they
Raquel,
could sometime.
yeah, that's true. Raquel said I had one live, 450 views, and 334 hours from it, and I had nothing else posted that week.
I wish they would have a book to tell everybody how it works, instead of hearsay or how somebody did it. You actually can read the rules and follow the rules and, do it that way. That way everybody
Yeah.
could do it the right way and, get all your hours or whatever views and whatever you need.
And then Raquel said that wasn't normal for me though, Brenda. I consider that viral. 90% of the views were unsubs, not subs.
That hurts a lot of people too because you get a lot of unsubs. I know that Eddie's not here, so I can say it. I got 29% unsubbed.
And Raquel says, post minimum once a week. That is the most important to consistently post. Oh, I just looked at my watch hours now. 1,935 hours, 289 subs.
Yeah, I think I got more subs than Raquel and Eddie's both. I think they're just a little over 1,000. I think last time I seen. I can't believe Eddie don't have more.
Yeah, I agree. And then Brenda says, I know, Raquel, if everybody subbed that watched, we would have a lot more fun. Or a lot more, excuse me, and fun. And then Cotton, oh my gosh, Raquel, I'm so sorry. And Raquel says, no, it doesn't hurt. It means YouTube, it's showing you to others. Got it.
Yeah, they're showing it out. You're getting to see like like I get different names even coming in here that I don't recognize.
That's a good thing.
Yeah,
I'm just shocked I have in 300, and well, I haven't been on YouTube for a whole year, so since July, I have 1,935 watch hours.
but you need to broaden your her span a little bit because mostly you stay with Devil Dog and DJ and Nancy, and you need to go into some of the other channels too to
Well,
get recognized.
I go to Mike and Terry, and I go to Homestead channels too. That just I don't have what they want, so
Right,
they don't. They're not going to sit there and sub. At home with Tom and Rhonda, he comes and hangs out with me for a little bit, not all the time, but he comes and hangs out, and he's the one that made my intro. That's his voice, and he
right.
lives right next door to the Crockers, and they're kind of like homesteaders, but they're also two nurses. Both him and his wife are nurses, and they're going to be retiring probably within the next few years.
See, like me, I go in the homesteading, I go in the fishing ones, I'm in the trapping ones. I'm in my channel. I'm not just locked into one group. I go into the Philippines, and then Nets. She's over in Hong Kong, but she's a Filipino, but I go into several different channels and talk and interact with them. I guess that's why I got so many people.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let me go back up here for a second. Um, let's see. Raquel, it'd be bad if you get low views and 100% from subs. Beverly wants to know, where are you now, Randy?
Uh, I'm north of Winston Salem. Um, I don't know what the name of the town area is here. Just north of Winston.
And then let's see. Piggy says Elaine posts on a constant and consistent schedule. Then the lives on Saturdays keeps them coming out. As was at oh my gosh, put my teeth back in. And as was mentioned, it is consistent. That is the trick. Brenda
Yeah,
says,
she does a lot of
yeah,
videos
she
during the week.
does. She does. And Brenda says, do you all ever clear your watch history because I have thousands on there? No, I haven't. And Piggy says that gets into the algorithm well enough to really start building. And Raquel says, yes, Des, you need to go to lots of communities. I don't have anything people want. Yeah, you have a beautiful 80 acres and beautiful horses. And oh my gosh, Raquel, you have a lot to offer. Um, I don't have that. I have a townhouse. I don't have any yard, no garden. I don't sew. I'm not very crafty. I'm
Yeah,
going to try to craft, but I'm not very crafty. Then M&T goes, you can do a Ray Dunn cup thing, Des. Yeah, I got plenty of those and plenty of gnomes. And then Raquel says, yes, it's very cleansing. And then Piggy says hello. Brenda says hello to Piggy. Piggy says hello to Brenda. And then Raquel says, so true, Piggy. And then M&T says, yes, I'm all over the place too. Thanks for visiting our channel, Randy. One day we'll meet up. And then Brenda said, Raquel, you always have great content. I don't because I don't have anything to post on, really. Yeah, I understand you, Brenda. Same here. That's why I do lives and chat, because I can talk. I just can't. I'm just not artistic or anything like that.
yeah, I wouldn't have much either if I wasn't driving.
Yeah, but
People can see the scenery.
you give us the roads and stuff.
Yeah, because when I'm home, usually we do this stuff on Shannon's channel, and when I'm home,
Yeah.
because I don't want to take away from the farm stuff on Shannon's channel. Like Freezer Bound, he had a giveaway yesterday, and he shouted her out. Her channels, Freezer Bound Outdoors. They're getting ready to have their get together up there by Erie, PA. Is coming up for long. They have
Hmm.
a really good get together and stuff, and I don't go to those, so
Yeah. I understand that. You're in another homestead area now. Well, to the west of that is another homestead area of Winston.
this,
Ashboro area, I think it's called. It is. There's so many YouTubers out there, and in it, they're not associated with like the Crocker section or this section. They're a totally
yeah,
different group.
yeah, I'd like to go across I-40. MB Heritage lives over that way.
Hmm.
There's a lady, oh, I can't think of it. And then Jules is over that way. I want to meet those guys.
Lazy
They're on my
Acres
homestead
Homestead.
deal.
Lazy Acres Homestead is out towards Jonesboro or Jonesville, something like that. They're
I'm
friends with
almost
they're friends with Mike from
Whitesville.
MB. Kim says, "I'm listening while I get dressed. I travel vicariously through you, Randy." That's what I do with Ken and David and Randy, because they all go different areas. Randy's more all over. The other two are mostly between certain states, but it's kind of nice to go on a road trip and see the green and the open fields and the barns and the farms and all that kind of stuff.
It's getting nice out. I might even go to California, Oregon here this summer.
Oh my gosh, Oregon!
We'll go to a different couple other states. I might
Oregon is
run out west.
gorgeous.
Yeah, I love going out there. I used to run it all the time.
I
Run out
went
to Oregon
once.
and Washington and go. I actually
Hi,
have a fishing
Gary.
license for Oregon.
Belt Loop just came in. Gary just came in and said,
Hey,
"Hi,
Gary.
what's up, Randy?" And Brenda says, "My problem is I don't have unlimited data on my phone, so I have to stay close to the house."
Oh, Gary, if you ain't busy, if you want to come up, you come up.
And let's
I
see.
can't do the deal at the top. You have to scroll up and unless.
I don't know if you'll be able to catch it. You might want to put it out there one more time, Randy, if you can.
All
I
right.
barely caught it at the top for myself.
Oh, okay. Let me see if I can do it here.
Raquel said, "The problem is I don't have. Oh no, Piggies, you can't get more real than falling in a snowbank and struggling. I just did that on my life." That sounds like me, Raquel, when I lived up north. And then Piggy wrote at Raquel, and that's what you do, and you just keep going until it gains ground. Folks are looking for what is real. Everyone's tired of the fake stuff out there. I agree. And then Rebecca came in. Rebecca. Randy, I'll talk to you later about the electric wheelchair. I've got a picture of it, and we'll talk about it later.
Actually, Rebecca, I'm going to be deadheading probably from St. Louis. I possibly could see you maybe Friday on the way home. Hi, Frogster.
And 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 then let's see. Raquel said, "Des, I just wanted to sit there. I was exhausted. I bet you were, hun." The bandit frog said, "Hi, Randy. When you come to visit me, but leave my legs alone."
Nope. Legs are mine.
Hi, Des. And then we got a bunch of hellos from Gary. And then a link from Brenda being shared. And now we're at the bottom.
Did that deal share?
No, just channel share.
No, I mean, did my
Oh, yeah.
stream?
Your
Yeah,
link,
there's somebody's in the basement.
yeah, your stream came up.
There's Gary. Hi, Gary.
Hey,
Good
Gary.
to see you, Randy. Good to see you, Des. Y'all doing all right today?
Yep.
Well, you can't see me, but I'll give you a peek. Hey, here I am.
Very cool.
I have it down only because my kids like to come up and down, and we brewed some coffee, so this gives them the option of coming down without having to be on camera. Not that Randy has not seen my daughter, and he has her on. He has her on his channel. I don't. Oh, I like it. M&M cup.
Thank you. I had my cup of coffee, at least one cup. I'll probably have a couple more for the day's out.
I usually have 2 by now. I have not had one yet. I couldn't stand at the coffee maker to make it, so I had to wait for one of the kids to wake up and come down and make it. Let's see. We have. Go back to the chat here. The Frogster.
I have the added bonus of having Tammy, fixing my coffee, or she fixes coffee in the morning, and we use a coffee pot instead of just having one of those 1 cup at a time things.
Yeah.
So
that's what I made. Well, I didn't make, the kids made. But I kind of wish now that I did have that K-Cup machine still, just so that I could have my 1 cup and not have to wait for the kids. It's already there. I can just pop in my cup, and then when they come down, you can make a pot. Back to the chat real quick. Frogster, Bellhop's been rearranging my house today. No power nap today. And Piggy says, Randy, you get her, you going to share some of them legs?
Yep.
Good to see you, Brenda. M&T living and cooking on Piggy's Piddles. And the Bandit Frogster. I woke up not too long ago, fixed myself a cup of coffee, called my mama. And while I was talking with mama, I sat there and responded to some comments. I always make it a point to try and respond to, hey, Boilermaker Rick.
Hey, Rick.
I always try to make it a point to respond to every comment.
Yeah.
I try to too.
I do too.
The hard thing about that from time to time is they don't always show all comments.
No.
I've seen some that popped up a year later.
Randy Smith is in and waving hello.
Hi, bud.
Oh, one more. Sorry, Gary, cut you off on.
Oh, no, you're good.
Frogster says, squeak, squeak, Piggy and Miss Helene. I've got my books and extra rub, so tonight I'll be laying on my lily pad with my reading glasses on. Hugs and love to you both. And then I see, Piggy, you coming over to the pond to apply your rub to my Sunday roast, not my legs.
Oh, Randy, I don't pay for stickers. If you want to put a sticker on the truck, you're going to pay for it.
There we go.
He's got stickers for his race car, and he's selling to help pay for his race car, and he's got an ad on Facebook and stuff. So
that's cool.
I've never done one of those ads. My nephew, who actually has a channel on YouTube, said he's done it. And he's got a lot of views and what have you. But
Randy, for you it's $50. LOL. Oh, thanks, Frogster.
What's up, Randy?
Frogster says my laugh is contagious. Piggies, let's see. The band at the Frogster. Oh darn, no legs, bummer. Well, when we get like Star Trek with transporters, I'll be right down. Yeah, we get transporters, I'll be visiting y'all. I'll be visiting everybody. Randy says, I'll send you a sticker when I get my new ones, Brenda said. Oh, no, Brenda said, Randy, I'll send you a sticker. Okay, when she gets a new one, she's going to send a sticker.
Yeah, when I get home, everybody needs me and Shannon both got new stickers.
Just doing
so
our best.
Send them all out.
Raquel, just doing our best. Shirley.
Is Shirley here?
No. She was asking who lost 600 subs.
Oh, that's a lot of subs to lose at one time.
Yeah,
somebody said that they. I was listening, and I get so scatterbrained. I can't remember what I hear where. Hey, AR. Somebody was saying they shot up to 3,000, then they booted them back down to 1,500 or something like that.
Don't pull me down. I only have 289. Leave my 289 alone. It took me it took me a while to get up here. I got up to 288. They brought me down to 269. I'm back up to 288. Don't mess with it.
By the way, Des, congratulations on doing that short.
Oh, thank you. Did you see Randy's
I
of me
haven't.
and my daughter?
I have not. I haven't seen much in the way of videos lately.
1.1 people have.
Well,
Yeah, I only have
that's
one.
awesome.
I only have 1K. He's got 1.1 because he's
Yeah, I
got my
got
daughter
1.1
on his
now on
channel.
it.
That's awesome. By the way, Randy, the short I did on. Well, let me take a look.
M&T Shirley from Just Doing Our Best.
The short I did with you on meeting up with you had 1,437 views, and let's see, saying goodbye to you, it's got 1.5 thousand.
Yeah, I just saw
Oh,
that
people
one.
like seeing me leave. Not coming.
Well, the way I figured, the folks, they probably showed the video, or at least the thumbnail, to the folks that saw you when I greeted you, or when I saw you, and so that just gave a few more extra folks to watch it, when you were saying goodbye. So
Yeah, and they got to watch mine to see the middle part.
there we go.
Putting a sticker on the truck.
Yeah, that was fun.
She was way above the M&T.
So, of course, I get sometimes because of the fact that I've put so many dadgum videos on here about Nikki, I got to thinking that maybe they did, which she's sitting here, wanting me to throw this little duck for her to go pick it up. But I've got so many videos about, shorts about Nikki. I didn't know if anybody would watch anything else other than my dog.
Speaking of
Thank you,
Nikki, do
Brenda.
you have a lawnmower?
Not
You
really.
need to mow the grass so Nikki can get around the yard.
I think she likes
It's
it
getting
with that
pretty
long
tall.
grass. I think she likes that long grass. Hey, you're right though. I do need to cut my grass. It's time for another video about me cutting the grass, I reckon.
Yeah, I was going to give you a heck about that. I was watching the one especially when she was out there at the gate trying to escape.
Yeah, we lost Bella because she got outside the gate, and so we're very particular with her getting outside to begin with, and maybe a little too overprotective. I don't know. She don't get out very often. And
Brenda,
when
catch
she
you
does,
later, hon. Thank you for posting my link.
Bye, Brenda.
bye, Brenda. It's good to see you. But when she does, we make sure that one of us is out there with her. She's having fun with them ducks.
Des, you're a mod, ain't you?
I am.
Okay. I thought you
I am.
was.
Yeah, you made me a mod.
But anyhow, I actually had a nice long chit chat with Devil Dog last night. It's always good to see him and talk to him. I just don't always get a chance to. He just stays so busy these days.
Yeah, he's so busy and wore out.
Yeah,
it is.
he
I always
rest.
tell him. No, Rick, I'm not a tap dancer. I can barely tap a foot out of my chair.
She's just a hard keyboard tapper.
Yeah, I'm a keyboard tapper.
Well, tap dancing. That seems like it'd be an interesting hobby. What's up, Templin Acres?
Hi, Katie. Templin Acres just came in.
Hi, Katie. Scale house. Might get a red or green. Truck bypass. No, red light. Damn it. I'm bobtailing. I have no trailer. This is ridiculous.
Are you going to pick up a load now, Randy?
Yeah, I'm going to pick a new utility trailer up here at Atkins, Virginia. I
Katie
dropped
says it's
the
freaking cold out.
trailer
Yes, it
off
is.
already.
Ooh,
You woke up to -1 and it's finally warming up to 13 degrees. Okay, that's cold.
that is cold.
I was cold. My hands are ice cold right now, and and it's what 62 outside and 73 in the house. My hands are ice cold.
Hang on just a second.
Kim says I gotta go, but we'll check back later. Y'all have a good day. Safe
All
travels,
right,
Randy.
Kim.
Bye, Kim. Have a good day. Safe travels to you as well. She was getting dressed to go out. Is this a secondary road or is this leading up to the
I'm the
highway?
scale house. I'm the
Ah.
scale house.
Gotcha.
They're actually running me across the scale this time.
Really? You're bobtailing and they're
Yep. They didn't even give me the bypass line.
that's foolish.
Yep. And
Rick
it
said
don't
I would
look like
call back to bed.
they're not even weighing nobody when they go across the scale. They're leaving a light green.
Watch they stop you.
Yeah, probably.
Uh,
No. They left it green. That was so ridiculous. Just wasting our time.
Yeah. Just slowing you down.
Yeah.
After all, y'all only got so many hours a day you can drive anyhow.
Yep. Yeah, that and then it costs fuel too because you slow down and have to restart, so you're
Yeah.
burning fuel up.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons I have the free pass, is because it does save you money and time. And they can read everything, all your permits and everything off the free pass if your stuff's up to date.
excuse me. Anybody want some coffee?
I do.
Me and my walker are going for a walk. What do you want in it, Gary? Cream, sugar, milk, sugar?
I'd take some of that French vanilla creamer in there.
Okay, I'm out of that. How about Italian creamer?
Yeah, that
Stick
sounds good.
Okay, cool.
Stick your finger in it, just stir it.
Oh, he's so sweet.
Well, pay is always a good thing. You know, I get paid twice a month, and in fact, let's see what day is Saturday is the first, so I'll probably get paid on Friday.
Oh yeah, it's Eddie's birthday on Saturday.
Yep. I would.
I always hated that when I was in the military, getting paid twice a month. You're just thinking rich, and then you get poor.
Yeah, as fast as you got rich.
Yep.
Well, that reminds me. I don't know if it was my wife. I think my wife asked me what I was getting for Devil Dog's birthday, but I don't typically. I'm not a. I believe in giving, doing things. Typically, one much for gifts, that type of thing. But I guess
I have a fishing pole.
well, yeah, I was thinking about that. I guess technically, I'm giving him a fishing pole, but I mean, it's coming from somebody else, handmade. And, I hope, you know, um,
It's coming from
well,
you because you want it.
well, that's true. And ironically, it was on my channel I only put one on a different channel. The rest of them was all on Belt Loop 29 because I wanted 29 on there, but I had 30, so I went through and 30 spots. So I went through and put one of them on my Cute Critters channel. So
Yeah, I remember that one pop up
the
on the wind.
and that's the one that won the fishing pole.
Yeah.
The
Let's see. Rick says, I hope I get paid today. Yeah. Sorry, I had stepped away. I'm back with my coffee. Gary, if I can put it through the phone, it's all set. Here, I'm stirring it for you.
well, for me, Rick, I have a tendency to be very parsimonious. And the way I have things set up, Tammy and I each have our own bills that we pay, so to speak. You know, Tammy works. You know, she's worked for just about the entire time we've been together. She was out of work, I guess, for about 6 months, but you know, she has a set of bills that she pays for. I have a set of bills that I pay for. I try to help her out when necessary.
I hope she don't pay your ice cream bill.
No, she doesn't. I'm
Okay.
just about entirely responsible for that. She does every now and then she'll get some ice cream or something. But if we go grocery shopping and there's certain things I want, typically Tammy will take care of the staples, but anything additional, I take care of. And so we both bring up separately. It's funny, but we don't often go shopping together. Uh, but I tend to be a bit of a cheapskate. Well, I think it's probably the fact that I grew up extremely poor, and so I don't typically uh I don't typically spend a lot of money. The Hang on, I gotta let Otis out again. You know, I don't guess it matters whether that's up there or not.
No, it don't matter.
Otis, be quiet. Go. But
We're climbing the mountain, guys.
there we go. Very cool. But I I'm not what I'm not I don't consider myself a very materialistic person. I don't really care that much about things. Um, People are a lot more important. Yeah, Otis does speak regularly. The But I don't spend a lot of money on things. I don't go to the store and shop. I don't pick up drinks, soft drinks. I don't, I do most of the time. I'll pick up something to eat to go, through a drive-through or something. And even then, I tend to go to the less expensive places like Burger King, McDonald's, that type of thing, and for that matter, I,
Okay,
Those are getting expensive now.
yeah, they are. They are.
Rick says, I've been on disability since 2004 because of various health issues. I totally understand. I've been on since 2003. Katie says, you got to do it. You got to do what for you.
Yeah.
And then she said, my husband and I pretty much share everything, meaning I guess you and Tammy, how you do your bills and stuff. And then Rick says, Otis speaks. And then Katie says, I consider myself cheap, but my husband is even more frugal. He still wears his high school shirts, his shirts from high school. And then she said, you can see through the shoulder, makes for interesting tans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's me. Parsimonious in one word. Parsimonious just means unwilling to part, or uneasy to part with spending money. Now that don't mean I don't spend money, because I do. Uh, but we won't go into what I do spend money on.
Yeah, I'm bad when it comes to that. It's my Ray Dunn mugs. It's my after bills, of course. It's my Ray Dunn mugs, and it's my what is it? My gnomes.
Hey,
those are my two big things I collect.
hey, stay safe, piggy piddles. By the way, at some point you have to show me some of them mugs. I do love, I've got my own mug collection, so to speak. It's one of my, and it's not like I'm buying mugs all the time. but every
Yeah,
now
but you
and
got
then,
cool mugs. You've got the red M&M. I've got Ray Dunn that's got a word across the front. You know.
yeah, I do. I mean, I got like my M&M mugs. I got
Yeah.
like a Batman mug. I've got a mug from Mississippi Law Enforcement Officer Training Academy. I've got one from Tammy says it's hers, but I say it's mine, and truthfully, it is hers. But I like to claim it. A
Yeah.
Milo mug. We have. I do have a couple of particular, coffee cups that I like, and I have been known. I've got a mug from the Townsends. Y'all ever watch the Townsends?
I remember that
I've
name.
heard the name.
They do a lot of stuff from 17th century. Um, they'll do cooking, recipes from the 17th century, and they'll do, they do a lot of recreation of. But they've got a
They got
shop up.
that log cabin that they
Yeah,
cook in
yeah, they did.
with the
They did a
with that.
log cabin.
Yeah, yeah. Okay,
They
yeah,
made
I know who you
bricks.
are. Yeah.
Anyhow, I do have one of their coffee mugs that I got from up in Indiana. They're from their store is located out there beside not too far from Fort Wayne. And so
Oh,
my
it's
daddy being from Fort Wayne, we actually went by there. But I've got one from there. My niece gave me one that's a Hogwarts, Harry Potter
Yeah.
type. It's like a kettle and
Oh, that's cool.
a cauldron. And I've got, I have a few. I mean, it ain't anything real extensive, but and I do have a coffee cup that I bought from when we went down to Florida to stay for a few days, or Alabama. I think it was Alabama. Anyhow, we rented a condo, and which was a rare occasion for us, but we did it, and that's probably been 10 years ago. But I do have an ACDC Harley Davidson mug. If I don't know where it's at though. I ain't seen it lately. Well, wait a minute. I hope I didn't break it. Um, for some reason, I have the worst luck with my Harley Davidson mugs. I had one. They've got the skull on Harley Davidson's called Willie G. And I've lost or broken. Whenever one of my mugs gets damaged, you can bet that it's going to be one of my Harley Davidson mugs. But I've either lost or broken two, maybe three. I'll have to look and see if I've still got that other one. And I think I had sometimes, dealing with puppies, you know, you have to be a little bit more careful than I typically am. I think I had a cable or something, a cord, you know, where up over the table or something. I think Nikki grabbed a hold of the cord and
Oh, I
pulled
haven't
it.
talked to you, Gary, but I re-gifted your gift if you don't mind. It's too
That's
late. I already
okay.
did it. I give it to Des because I don't
Oh,
couldn't set it here on the truck anywhere, and so I give that to Des.
that's
Thank
fine.
you.
Got a headphone holder.
Yeah. Well, I'm
So
hoping she's using it. It's kind of pretty with that little light around the bottom.
I will be using. I just have to rearrange my desk a little bit, and I put it
Yeah.
over by my tower, and then I'll take a little short video on it.
Go get it. I guess she's tired of me throwing her little duck. Go get it. I won't throw it again. Go, go. Well, she's just standing there staring at it now.
says, hey, you go get it. You threw it.
Well, we kind of got a deal where I throw it and she goes and gets it. Otherwise, we just leave it right there where it's at. Don't we, sweetheart? Don't we, sweetheart? But she's getting big. But anyhow, yeah, I do But I mean, think about it. If I buy one mug every, 2 or 3 years, that ain't exactly, spending a lot of money on coffee mugs. Um,
No,
so I do have, I tend to be fairly frugal. Um, I'm not exactly sure why I'm coming back to that point, other than, I ain't got a whole lot to say.
yeah, we're
It's
a
all
bunch of
right.
boring people.
Well, I'm pretty boring.
I know I am.
Let's see.
I am too.
Well, I, all I do is go to work and come home for the most part. I don't. I guess I don't live a very exciting life, and that's okay. Now, I was I was Nikki has a tendency when Tammy and I's schedule is pretty pretty standard as far as pretty set. I don't typically go to bed till, usually about 2 o'clock, sometimes a little bit later, sometimes a little bit earlier, but usually around 2 o'clock in the morning. Well, Tammy's got to be at work at 8. So, she usually gets up 6 o'clock, something like that. And
Cop in the
so,
middle.
but when she goes and when she gets up, she'll take Nikki and take her into the other part of the house. And she has but it's gotten to where, Nikki will actually growl at her, because she sleeps, Nikki sleeps pretty hard apparently, and she don't like, waking up. So, what kind of coffee pot do you have, Des?
I have a Mr. Coffee Maker, and it's I can set the time on it, so it'll be ready in the morning.
That's pretty cool.
Shannon's got one of them that you can set the time on, and half the time it works, and half the time it don't. And it's brand new. She got it where she can set it so her coffee will be done when she wakes up, and half the time she wakes up, she's got to push the button to start it.
Oh wow.
I don't think we got a timer on ours.
Yeah, I just
Well,
got this because I threw away my K cup machine.
oh, I think we had at one time. I think we had that Keurig. Yeah, Boilermaker says he has a Keurig 1 cup. I like
Shannon
having
had
that
one of
coffee.
them for a while, and she got the regular one.
I like having a pot where I've got a whole pot to deal with.
I don't drink coffee, so
Really?
nope. Every once in a while, I'll have a cup with her, but most of the time I drink sodas, which is bad. If I have coffee, though, I got to put like 3 spoons of sugar in it so I can drink it. I just never been one to drink coffee. My dad, I mean, he drank pot all day long. He'd have coffee going, but I never was got the taste of coffee.
Yeah, I love my coffee.
Well, when I was a kid, every now and then, mom and dad, every now and then would let us have, some. We doctor it up with a whole bunch of milk and sugar. I don't know why. I don't even know why we drank coffee back then. But um, I guess it's just kind of continued on, continue drinking coffee, uh, even as an adult.
My grandmother used to turn us on to coffee when we were little. She'd give us like, hold on, let me put up StreamYard a second. She'd give us like this much coffee to like
Yeah.
this much milk.
Uh,
And she started us off when we were like little. And now here I am as an adult, and my kids are drinking coffee. They didn't start drinking coffee until their 20s. And same with sodas. They didn't have soda until their 20s.
oh, wow.
Yeah.
Well, normally for the longest time, I was drinking nothing but water. I mean, I for the last few years, for years, I guess, at least 4 or 5 years, I've been drinking mostly water. Although I still had my coffee, but
Mm.
I used to. In fact, when I was doing a lot of those videos out in the garden, I'd have a container that's one of those big old containers,
Hold
like
on.
100
Have a good day,
ounces.
Frogster.
Hey, Big
Hi, Big
Mac,
Later,
Mac.
Frogster. Thanks for coming in.
Big Mac just
thank
came
you.
in. I
It's
used to have a
been,
Keurig. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let you finish that, Gary. I want to hear it. I used to have a Keurig with a coffee pot, but it was acting up, and our water down here in Florida is really hard. And no matter how much you try to keep it clean, it gets clogged, and it's a pain in the backside to. No matter how much you try to clean it with the hard water. And then I use Folgers, and I buy a big thing of Folgers from Sam's Club for $15, and that gets me through the month. I used to spend more money on K cups than I do on my $15 this way. So,
I,
I,
I don't know if it'll work on those ones with the hard water, but I know that when I used to work in a restaurant, the way we would clean our coffee pots is we'd put ice in it and put salt in there with it and swirl it around for a little while.
yeah, but it's the machine itself. It's the tubes and the
Oh,
spout, all that kind of stuff. We put vinegar. We've run vinegar water through it. We've used a cleaner from Keurig for it, and it was just a pain. No matter what you did, it would still. I mean, I have to soak my shower head at least once a month because it gets clogged from the hard water down here.
yeah,
And then when you go to boil water, it leaves a big white film inside your pot. So then you got
yeah,
to boil vinegar or put vinegar in it to get rid of that. It's never ending cycle.
I know. Hey,
Never
believe it
ending.
or not, I know exactly what you're talking about, Des. We used to live in Florida and we had the same thing going on.
Yeah, it's the worst. That's one of the reasons. One of many things I hate about Florida. One of many things I hate about Florida.
Des, you need
Yeah.
to check out Fishing with Modog. His wife works at Starbucks. He
Yeah.
goes live on either Wednesday or Thursday nights, which he's doing now. And his wife brings Starbucks coffee home all the time, and they're always giving away. Raquel goes in there, but he's
Yeah.
always giving coffee away.
If it was Dunkin' Donuts or other coffee, I'd be like, sure. But Starbucks, no. I've had it. I don't like it. I don't know. It always tastes burnt to me. It doesn't taste good.
Um,
Bitter and burnt.
I don't
I don't
think
know. It's weird. But then I'm not a coffee snob, so it's like I mean Folgers, Maxwell House, Cafe Bustelo. Those are my three go-tos. Well, not anymore Maxwell House, but those were my go-tos. And Dunkin', only because I worked for them for 8 years, so I have a bias to Dunkin' Donuts.
there we go.
But go back to your story, Gay. I'm sorry, hon.
I was trying to think of what story I was telling.
Yeah, let me rewind a little bit.
Boilermaker Rick said he just had a cup of peppermint hot chocolate.
Oh,
Sounds
nice.
good. What
Yeah,
was
that was
I
the one thing
talking
I
about?
liked. That was the one thing I did like about the K-Cup machine was getting a little peppermint from Swiss Miss, the hot chocolate cups, and throwing it in there, and it was peppermint.
Um, what was I talking about?
Here, let me rewind.
No, I don't remember.
I'm gonna rewind. Hold on, I'm gonna use this tab. I'll be right back. I'm gonna find out, and I'll let you know.
All right. Hey, I'm scatterbrained at the best of times. I go chasing that rabbit down the rabbit hole. Sometimes I have trouble keeping a thought in my head. Go get it. That is the benefit, though, of having video. You can rewind.
Yep. there's a lot of people. Like I watch a lot of like Dirt Perfect and Let's Dig and stuff. Dirt Perfect does a lot of mechanic work, and he uses these videos sometimes. You know, he videos when he's doing something and go back and see how it was put together. You know, a lot of people do that.
On the
Okay.
score. The
Okay, I found out. You were talking about one of those big containers when you go out in the garden.
oh yeah.
I'd
Yeah,
forgot too.
though yeah, I'd have it was like 109 ounce container that I used to go through, and when I was working out there in the garden, I'd spend hours out there working in the garden, and so I would sweat a lot. Now there were some benefits to this, in that ironically, when I was drinking a lot of water like that, see my elbows have a tendency under normal conditions to feel a little dry, you know.
Yeah,
But when I was doing that, and going through so much water, my elbows all of a sudden became hydrated. Um, but and and with all that sweat, I would take off my t-shirt at the end of every day when I was gardening, and I would just throw it over a um, well, I guess it's a hog panel that I
mhm,
had set up as a trellis, and I would throw that out there, and take yesterday's t-shirt and throw it on for the ride home.
right.
Um, Now the reason why I did this though was just to keep the deer out of the garden. Um, when they smell fresh sweat, I mean, their sense of smell is extremely acute.
Yep.
You know, so we never had a problem. Early on, before when I wasn't, we'd see deer tracks out there. But once I started using throwing my t-shirt over the trellis at the end of the gardening day, we never saw another track while I was doing it. In fact, my cousin told me, a hunter will go through and do everything they can to mask their smell. They will go through and wash their clothes without any soap. They will go through, and some of them even poured deer urine on themselves.
Yep.
The because they're trying to mask the scent of human. Well,
Right.
it seemed to me the perfect opportunity to use a human scent to keep the deer from being there. Only I had to make sure that it was fresh. I wanted to make sure it was a fresh smell so that they didn't get too accustomed to it, um, and to make sure it stayed strong.
Yeah.
But the but it did it made my skin where it wasn't dry. Now they ain't too bad right now.
I'm
In
drinking
fact,
tons of water and my legs are dry. Dry. I mean, like no matter how. I don't know what I can't get hydrated in my body or something, but it's so bad. I'm like I don't know. I'm looking like a scaly reptile or something.
well,
Um,
maybe you just an idea, but maybe you should try, you know, forcing yourself to drink more water.
I drink 4 of these a day. Before I used to drink no water a day.
Well, you know what they recommend, right? They
Yeah,
recommend.
well, I don't want to sit in the bathroom for the whole day.
Hey, I get it.
I'm an old lady, okay? I've had 3 kids. I don't want to stay all day in that bathroom. I'll have to move the computer in there, and it's not big enough.
Well, at
Yeah.
least you wouldn't be interrupted by the kids that way.
That's true. No, I would because there's 2 bathrooms. One might be in one, and might be in the other. You know.
Oh,
M&T, real quick. You were talking about coffee mugs and Ray Dunn. So here's one of my favorite ones that I use all the time. Oops, it says Mama Bird, and inside it's got the little bird inside.
That's cute.
And so with my daughter, I always call her my baby bird because when we go in the car and stuff and I get out, I lock the door before she can get out, and I go, "Oh my gosh, baby bird, did I lock you in?" So it's my nickname for my daughter. So I'm Mama Bird and she's Baby Bird.
You know, that kind of reminds me of my sister-in-law and her daughter. Um, I think I don't know how it came about, but I call my sister-in-law Big Hen. The and I think that was because you know the way she got that nickname was at one point her daughter Abby came in. I think she called. I think my sister-in-law called her Little Chick, and so she referred to her mama as Big Hen.
Yeah,
So and now she's actually in my phone, as Big Hen.
that's
So
cute.
the people get nicknames in the funniest ways. I've got Belt Loop. I've had that nickname since around 1980, and I got that from uh, a friend of. Well, I guess he was primarily a friend of my brother's. He was in my brother's grade, and I always used to hang out in wherever things were happening. So I always tried to be wherever whatever was going on
Hmm.
with that, keep from getting bored.
Yeah,
But and so he said he'd call me Belt Loop. That's because the Belt Loop's always hanging around. So
that's
and
cute. That's a good analogy.
well, I thought so too. And Templin Acres was saying deer don't like it, but my goats would eat your shirt. Hey, I understand. We got a couple goats. I don't know a whole lot about them like Tammy does, and I'm sure Eddie's learned a lot about them. Um, Nikki, what are you doing? She's smelling where I had. I just took my pepper plants back outside, and hopefully we've gone through our last frost. But
I hope you
uh,
guys are.
I hope so. That way I won't have to tote them back in. And it seems like I've lost several pepper plants
Oh
even doing
no.
that. Well, it ain't like they froze to death, but maybe I just didn't needed to water them or feed them a little bit more. I mean, during the
Right.
winter, you don't give them a whole lot of fertilizer, just a little bit. Um,
Right.
but anyhow, my I'm gonna tell you, my Carolina Reaper plant looks beautiful.
Awesome.
It's huge, and it's got new growth all over the plant.
It made it, huh?
So, oh yeah, I don't know about my ghost pepper plant though. I think there's still a few spots on it that are alive.
Yeah, I had
Um,
bought some new flowers for out front because my Mexican heather and my lantana all died
mhm.
from that freeze that we everybody got. So I went and bought some new ones and we put it out front. And then I got a butterfly plant, a milkweed.
Yeah,
So I'll have butterflies coming this year too, which will be nice. Because I don't have a big yard. I mean, last year I tried for the tomato plants, and that heat wave just sucked the life right out of them and killed them. No matter how much I watered them, everybody's plants didn't make. Well, not everybody, but a chunk of us did not survive the heat wave. Never mind the frost wave.
yeah.
Where's Rick at? He said they're going to have snow in April, predicting snow still in April where he's at,
That happened to me in Boston, April Fool's
He's
Day.
up in Indiana.
Indiana.
Yeah, the Boilermaker. The
Northern
Purdue Boilermakers.
Yeah.
Northern Indy or Southern Indy? It's like
Uh, I don't know that.
my niece lives in Martinsville.
Is that anywhere close to? Is that close to Fort Wayne or Indianapolis or?
Josh from Skinner
Um,
Farms is in Indiana.
yeah, he
Yeah.
He's
is.
down south of Indianapolis.
Yeah, same with her. She's south, a little south and west, and he's also west of Indianapolis and west of my niece.
Well, so is Peterson Farms over at Nashville. Nashville's
West
actually in
Central
Indiana.
Indiana is where he's
Okay.
talking about. Snow there yesterday, Randy. Yeesh.
That
That's
reminds
one thing.
me.
Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry.
No, that reminds me. Go ahead before you lose it.
Uh, I actually got a book about gardening up in that area
It's something about picking up pawpaws is the name of the book. I got that from my aunt. I got kinfolk up in Indiana, in Fort Wayne, in that area. Um, we go up there every couple of years. I was going up there every year to go see uh, 45 miles northwest of Indianapolis and across
Hey,
the.
hey, Randy. Sorry, Urban Bucket, aka Susan, says, "Good morning, Randy."
Good morning, Susan.
Uh,
That's cool. Papa's those plants.
Pawpaw is a fruit and a tree.
Okay.
It is also known as Asamina triloba. Is a technical term. Hey, Marines and Army Mom.
Hey, Marines and
The,
Army Mom. And Rick said, "I'm located on Interstate 74 West."
Oh,
in
okay.
fact,
All right, turn the camera off for a second. Serena's coming down.
Ah,
uh,
get a drive by.
Randy says hi, Serena.
a pawpaw
Hello,
fruit
Randy.
is. Hey, I've never had one, Rick. I've grown. Hey, believe it or not, I've got pawpaw plants or pawpaw trees planted in my parents' yard. I planted them, I guess, in 2021. Um, pawpaw plants will, pawpaw trees will grow in shade, but the more sunlight they get, the more fruit they're going to produce. Pawpaw is between 3 and 5 inches, from what I understand, and a pawpaw tree is the flowers uh, have more of a smell of, rather than a sweet smell, from what I understand, it's more like
Have some more?
the smell of death, from what I
And I don't
understand.
need any sugar in mine.
They are pollinated by flies rather than bees. So people have been known to take roadkill and hang them on pawpaw trees to help attract more flies. But I mean, I know a little bit about them. Obviously, I guess I've looked into them, but pawpaws are pretty cool.
I've never heard of them.
Well, they are actually the largest fruit native to North America, and they'll go all the way up the East Coast up into Canada. Um, they are, I think, the places like some places in like Indiana, I think, have pawpaw festivals, and you don't typically see them a lot of places, and that's because of the fact that they don't.
Thank you.
The fruit does not stay fresh. I mean, it doesn't
You're
keep,
welcome.
so to speak. It's
Oh,
not one of the
okay.
things that you're going to find in a grocery store typically, because of the limited,
They don't have a shelf life.
right, the limited shelf life of them.
Yeah.
It's my understanding they have a very custardy texture, but I've heard that the taste of them typically is kind of very. They're actually related to the. They're actually related to the. What is it? Tropical trees, but they're you know there's a lot of really cool things about pawpaw plants. Um, I've studied up
You
on
learn
it.
something every day. See, so we.
Well,
Oh, what this idiot doing?
I try to. I'm not always successful, I don't think. Uh, Good to see Herb and Bucket. I'm sorry if I didn't say hello. I meant to. And anyhow, and Marines and Army Mom, hey, good to see you. Uh, but yeah, my daddy was raised in Fort Wayne, Indiana, and so we still got a lot of kinfolk up there. So we go see them.
Cool.
Yeah, where I'm leased to, they're over there at Elkhart, Indiana. They was at South Bend.
It's funny the difference. I've been up in Indiana on. We used to go up there on July the 4th, and we'd spend
Hey,
a week up
Jason.
there.
Altering
Okay,
coffee and
Jason.
camping.
Oh, hi, Jason.
Good to see you. Always a pleasure, Jason.
In fact, my cousin-in-law would make this red, white, and blueberry pie that I absolutely love. You know, I really got to. I know she sent me the recipe, but
Somebody
I've
needs to go
never made it.
outside.
Jason says, "Welcome to North Carolina."
I'm in Virginia now.
Bye, North Carolina.
I forgot to say something. Yeah, we're in Virginia now. I think your dog needs out, Gary.
Well, no, he's just whining. He has skin
Oh,
allergies. He's got skin allergies, and so he he always has. You know, Lulabelle never had any skin allergies, but she was always tending to him. Um, so he's going through a pretty good, pretty big transition.
oh,
Uh, we lost. I don't think he cared at all for Bella, but he loved Lulabelle, and when we lost her, so losing Bella when we did, I don't think he minded that much. But Nicole is Nicole actually nips at his heels a little bit. Um, I try to, I try to discourage that, but she don't pay any attention. Anyhow, she don't do a lot of barking or a lot of growling. She's a really good dog. Um, Nicole, leave that alone. I think she's eating my shoe. No, what that? I don't want you tearing off big chunks. Probably not good for your digestion. But we used to go up there on July the 4th. One year on July the 4th, it was 50. We went to a fireworks display, and I had to have a jacket because it was only like 50 degrees or something like this. But it was like, I don't know, in the 90s down here in Mississippi.
oh.
And that year, Tammy couldn't come with us. So I called her, and she was down at the church watching the thing. They had a fireworks display, and we went out. I guess it was the Indiana University or something like that up in Fort Wayne. They had some kind of a fireworks display that we went to.
That's one of my favorite holidays. I like driving around the country and looking at different ones. When we was in the service, the Air Force bases always put on a big old display. Would last 30 to 45 minutes. And one of the best places, if you want to watch them, or a couple places, is Albuquerque, New Mexico. Sit on the mountain there in Albuquerque, and then over in El Paso, Texas. They really put on the fireworks shows.
Cool. Maybe
But,
maybe I'll be able to do that someday.
Yeah, you get down the mountain there in Albuquerque, and you can see all through the city going off, plus the city ones, and you can see them for miles there. But ones in El Paso, they last all night long. They'll do this, like they got a bunch of little suburbs, and they'll do one suburb, then they'll do another one, and you can see it's kind of a flat ground. If you're sitting out there at the edge of town at truck stops, you can see all the way downtown. But locals will play. You never sleep on that night if you stay there. The fireworks are going off all night long.
That is one thing I have noticed about El Paso. I've only been through there once or twice, but there ain't much going on in West Texas. Nothing but flat ground.
Kind of boring out there.
It is. The
Once you leave Dallas, it is actually, or San Antonio or Dallas. When you're headed west, it just seems like it's just a boring stretch of highway.
Well, one of these days, I'll have to tell you my story about driving out to Arizona. I will tell you one little snippet about it. One of the most beautiful things I've ever seen was on that trip, and I drove through. I got into, I guess, DFW,
Dallas Fort Worth area around, I don't know, 7 o'clock, maybe 8 o'clock at night. And I was driving from Hattiesburg over to Phoenix, Arizona. That was where I was headed. But I was going to stop in Dallas to go to and stay with my brother overnight. It was for like around Christmas. And trouble is, my brother was back here in Mississippi. He had driven back for Christmas. So when I got to Dallas, Fort Worth, I tried calling him. Come to find out, he wasn't in town. So I just kept driving. And I ended up around New Mexico early in the morning. And as the sun was coming up, and the roads were still clear, but all around was snow. And, being from Mississippi, snow's not exactly something you see all the time anyhow.
Yeah.
But then,
Excuse me, thank you.
But off in the distance, you have those, I don't know what you call them, mountains, just straight up. And it was kind of surreal to watch, to see all that snow, the black top, stretching out like a ribbon, white all around, and off in the distance, these mountains. It kind of reminded me of one of those Forrest Gump moments. It was something else.
Rick says, when I lived in Easley, South Carolina, they allowed fireworks year round.
I don't think there's any restrictions against them here in Mississippi, but you don't typically hear a lot of them, except for things like, New Year's Day and 4th of July, and that type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's usually when they get busy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go get me another cup of coffee. I'll be right back.
Okie dokie. Right. I'm having my second. We just finished off the pot between the three of us.
Gary needs to put some grease on a hinge.
Yeah, but then he gets to know when Tammy's coming up behind him.
Yeah.
I know that when I lived up in Massachusetts, we had the houses are really, really old, like 1700, 1800, and you hit this one floorboard and it squeaks, so you could never sneak out of the house or up the stairs because the stairs creaked and groaned. So they knew something was going on in the house. Oh my gosh.
11 miles to pick the trailer up. I'm going to leave it on so you guys can see what I go through trying to look for these trailers in a great big lot.
Awesome. David does that to us too, Dave Hood. Mm-hmm. Even though I have not seen him for about a month now, he's missing. I don't know what's going on. I mean, Ken, the Lone Cowboy, heard something, but he won't say anything. So we're just waiting now. What's Jan's channel? Homestead Jan?
Simple Jan.
Thank you. I want to put her on my page, and I need to find her. I'm reorganizing my YouTube page.
Somebody must be live today. I didn't see anybody going live, but somebody must be live. There's nobody over here watching.
Let's see. I'm looking. Oh, wrong way. I'm looking at my live. No, it doesn't work that way. You have to go to YouTube. It's not me. I can tell you that much. Let's see. Rick said, "I'm fixing me a cup of cinnamon hot cocoa, hot chocolate." Cool. And then it says, "Hey, I got to go. My check just hit the banks, so I got to go pay some bills." All right, Red. Safe travel. Uh-oh. He's got a phone call. That means I got the wall to myself. Mayhem Miracle, Autistic Farms dead. That's it for lives that I've got. Welcome back, Gary.
Thank you.
We heard the door
Gary?
squeak when you left, and we heard you shuffle when you came back.
You leave
Yeah,
the door squeaking so Tammy don't sneak up on you.
Hang on a second. I need to return this call, but
Oh, I thought it was you. I thought it was him.
No,
We couldn't answer it. We tried to answer it for you.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
All
Alrighty.
right.
Yeah, so I only have 2 live. That's no that is up right now, but I'm sure you've got other people alive on yours, and people are also at work.
Yeah.
I just happened to be home today, which was nice. I don't think my daughter's going to work tomorrow with me. She goes on Thursdays to help clean the cottage and stuff. After she saw you, after we hung out, like a couple days before that, she was complaining of a sore throat, but it was nothing. It was just like go drink water, cough drop, something to soothe it. After we saw you that night, she felt she couldn't talk.
Oh.
But she went and got. We have kits at home to be tested, so it came back negative and stuff. And she was just like, oof. She had a temperature yesterday morning, temperature later in the day, and then the temp was gone last night. They're live. Fighting Hunger, Autistic Homestead. They're giving out food to the homeless people and stuff, and the families. They have a window. The kids are serving, and
That's nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. It's all live, a live chat.
Most of the time, people only does it around the holidays. They don't do it
Year round.
any other time. Year round. Yeah, I like it when people do it year round.
Yeah, it looks like it's a stew or a soup, and then they're getting that and like a plate or a bowl, and they're getting like a piece of bread to go with it on the side.
No. Up there in everybody's been talking about Indiana, right there. I forget what town it was. At the holidays, there was an old couple was coming around the truck stops giving drivers meals on Thanksgiving and Christmas. They come around,
That's sweet.
was handing out meals.
That's really, really sweet.
Yeah,
because they don't get to go. They don't get to go home because they have to make sure our goods get, we get our goods in the stores. Well, I feel bad for you all when you're on the road for the holidays, but I also understand why you're on the road so that we can have the meal that was cooked in front of us.
After my kids grew up and left, I always kind of volunteered for the holidays because you got a lot of times you could get extra pay when I was hauling freight. We get extra pay, double when I was running percentage and stuff. So I'd work because there was nobody home. But
right,
holidays really don't just another days to me anymore.
Yeah, it's like that here. I mean, we put the tree up and stuff like that, and we do a Thanksgiving dinner, but we treat it like a regular dinner. You know what I mean? We might have the tablecloth out, but it's just the 3 of us, So if anything, Christmas, if my family comes up, or Thanksgiving, if my dad comes up from St. Pete, we might do a little of this or that. Otherwise, we grab our plate and we go separate rooms.
Yeah.
We're like roommates in the house. So they each want to be on their computers. I want to be hanging out with everybody else. And we don't watch any movies. I mean, we do, but we don't. So my living room is not contingent to like more than like 2 people on that love seat. And it's not the most comfortable love seat in the world. And I don't have any other friends around to hang out with. So all the people that I know have become friends with are all online. Tallahassee is not. You have to be like raised here and grew up with everybody, or you have to have some kind of a job field that gets you around other people, and you're also athletic. Like you like to go hiking and bicycling and kayaking and stuff. Other than that, there really is nothing here. Even the senior center is not that great from what I can read online
Oh,
to
you'd
meet
think it
people.
would be around that area because the weather's halfway decent most of the time,
Yeah,
and everything for the older people to get out.
yeah. No, it's not that great. When I look online for activities and stuff, it's like, let's take German and then let's go on a trip to Germany. Yeah, no. I mean, I would love to take German because I'm German. I'm half German. But me going to Germany with my disability and Social Security disability to boot for $1,000 a month, I don't think so. It's not happening.
Yeah.
I make just enough to cover my bills with a little bit left over, like under $100 left over. So, nope, not happening. Thank you. So, yeah. It
There's a
doesn't
lot
offer
of
you
people that way here. I noticed on YouTube they're on disability. They use the YouTube as a way to meet people.
social interaction.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, and then you can't go on this. You can't monetize your channel because if you monetize your channel, then you lose money from your disability.
You can get so much though.
No,
You're allowed to make so much.
not what I was told.
Yeah, you're allowed to make so much a year even being on it.
Okay, Rebecca. Because
I
I'm
don't know. Shannon was looking at it when I had my stroke because I went on disability for a little bit,
yeah.
and she was looking into it. I think you could make. I don't remember what it was. I'm not going to say figures. I was thinking it's like $300 or $400 a month or something you could make and not affect it.
But they'll take my food stamps away.
Oh, well, it might affect
So
that. Yeah,
it's one end or the other. It's like
yeah,
you can't get ahead because they take it away from the other. They don't want people to try to get out
yeah,
of their situation and save up money. You know what I mean? They want to keep you down, and you're like scraping by your fingernails to try to stay above water.
yeah,
If I had $50 in my pocket, I have to claim it. I have to let them know I got $50 cash in my pocket.
yeah. Well, we're here at the exit. You look off over on the hill. That's all the trailers. We gotta go find one.
Oh, fun. Gosh, I want to be up there, North Carolina and Virginia. I still get a bit of the Northeast, but I also get a little bit of the South.
Yep.
Mountains and fall trees and lakes and rivers and streams. That's my love. And I grew up by the water, by the ocean, to boot. That tells you much. I don't want ocean. I want lakes. I want streams.
Yeah, I gotta have trees and grass. I
Yeah.
can't handle out in the desert. I know a lot of people
Or the
love it
city
out
where it's
there.
all concrete.
Yep.
I
I
love
gotta be in
the
the
city for
country.
yeah, the city is great for accessibility and going to do things like the 4th of
Yep.
July fireworks at the Charles River at the Esplanade, and you get to hear the Boston Pops and some stars come and they sing, and it's a big old party on the 4th of July. I mean, it's amazing. It's so much fun. But I want the green, like the grass that I'm sitting on under my rear end. I want to see the fall trees in the fall time. I want to see that white snow blanket for the first of the year where everything's just pure white sitting in the trees and the peace and the quiet. You go to look at that up in the city, it's nothing but mud and slush.
Yep. But I'll be back. I'm going to check in here.
Yeah. Probably because it's been a while, Rebecca. It's up there, scroll, I see it. If you're on your computer, scroll up. Just keep on scrolling until you see it. It's not pinned because he doesn't know how to pin yet. And then give him a minute to bring you up once you find it. Why can't I bring that up? Oh, trying to fix my channel here. All right. Grab a hold of that. You won't let me grab? Thank you. Yes, Rebecca.
It only goes up to M&T, and it says she's still at 1,000 subs. That's it. It only goes up to
Hold
M&T,
on.
and it says she's still at 1,000 subs.
It's below that. Oh, no, wait a minute. Where'd it go? Sorry. Oh, you're right. Yeah, it goes way up.
It's below that.
And you're on your computer?
Yes, I'm on the computer, and that's as far as it goes up.
Huh.
Are you on your computer? Yes. Yes, I'm on the computer, and that's as far as it goes up. Huh. The next one is Freedom Redbird pretty near Lincoln.
Sorry, folks. Be right back.
I'm back for a little bit. Now we gotta go
Bye.
drive around.
Welcome back, Randy. Rebecca's going to try to come up with the link I posted of StreamYard. Let's see if it works.
There's something came up, I think.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, good.
It's me.
Turn down your mic or turn down your volume. You're loud.
Oh, let me see here. Is that better?
Keep on going.
Is that better?
There.
Okay. Not a problem. Okay. Did you hear the story about the missing pot holder and dishcloth?
I
We
haven't
talked
heard the
about
whole
one
thing yet.
yesterday.
Well, I found it.
Where was it?
It was in my bag, my purse.
That's funny.
And I'm like looking over there at it, but it was down inside.
That's funny.
So it's kind of like I found them. I was like, okay.
That's funny.
Like, okay. I just like. And as
You see my trailer, holler at me.
I don't even know what your trailer would be.
059505.
Oh yeah, let me see if I can put my magnifying glass on and help you. My bionic eye.
yeah, right.
You know, we have bionic woman and Steve. They have to have their bionic eyes to look at things. Zoom in.
Wasn't that amazing? You know, and I got up to the top. It was like, hey, it only goes to M&T.
Yeah.
And she's only got 1,000 subs.
Well, that was pretty cool that I could post a link, so Randy doesn't have to worry about that now.
I'm still wearing It's Devil Dog's Fault shirt. Is my shirt that I bought.
Girl.
Oh, I don't think
trying to
I'm not gonna say what happened with my brother-in-law
Oh,
on here.
oh, you'll have to tell me later.
Oh, definitely I will.
Okay, cool.
Oh my gosh.
I wish they made it easier to grab when you edit with the stupid thing in YouTube. I'm trying
What
ahead.
happened to Gary?
Gary
Phone call.
is that phone call.
Okay. Because at one point when I left my brother-in-law's place
Mm-hmm.
and started driving home, I had to literally restart my phone.
Oh,
to get it off of the ever-ending circle.
oh, that's always fun.
Yes, it is. So I did a restart.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm adding a new.
is
ahead.
Templin Acres still in here?
Katie might have. I don't know. Let's see. I'm moving people. I'm doing another list on my YouTube page of channels. So I'm moving things around here. Since I already have you up, I don't need to add you to the list. So.
Ronald's walking the boys.
Oh, good. Both of them?
Yes.
Cool. Hold on. We're still helping Randy look for that trailer.
I'm not having very good luck today.
Dang, why couldn't they have like you go to the mall and you look to see where the store is, and they have a light up board, and that light up board is like where the number is, and then when it's empty, the light up board shuts down in that one spot. That would make life so much easier. Row 16.
So is
spot
this
I'm on
a
row
whatever.
12. They told me row 12, but none of the numbers are even close. I've seen some numbers. Wait a minute. 05. Oh, that's 09. That's not it.
Keep on going down if it's 09. That means it must be close by.
They don't actually put them right in order, though. That's what's bad.
Oh, well, that's stinky.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say SUK, but SUCK.
Been around the whole row 12, and it ain't there.
And this is where you get to burn gas. Always fun when you get to burn gas.
Yep.
He wants to get out of the way, Ronald, because it's too tight in there. Come, Denver.
And yet I haven't gotten free yet.
Denver, Blue. Oh, yeah, he's drinking.
Okay, Denver, you can go now. Go.
Hi, big boy. How's my sweet boy?
Good.
He's warm because he's black.
Hey, Gary, welcome back.
You startled me, Gary.
Sup, Rebecca?
You startled me.
Oh, please. Over exaggeration.
Oh, no, he really did. I'm like, what?
I'm sorry.
Oh, well.
Sorry, I had a phone call. Hey, Ronald.
Howdy. How things going today, Gary? And
I'm doing pretty good. I'm sorry, I got a phone call, and y'all probably familiar with Southern Boy Prepper.
Yes, Reagan.
Right. He doesn't call very often, but when he does, I want to make sure that I, pick up and talk to
Yeah,
him.
how's he doing?
He's doing pretty good. He's, just on lunch break from at a job he's doing.
Okay.
And so,
Cool.
and you know me, I can't seem to keep my mouth shut. I always talk.
So he spent his whole lunchtime talking to you?
I don't think he spent his whole lunch break talking to me now, but I'm sure I add up a pretty good bit of it, though.
I know I do that. I'm a talker. What can I say? It's a Spaniard in me. We like to talk.
I hear you. M&T living and cooking. Good to see you. That's one of the things that, and I'm sorry, I come in, I seem to barge in like a bull in a china shop. Don't mean to. It just, one thing makes me think about something else, and it's like the whole Spaniard. If you look at the Spanish, if you're looking at Spanish, the pronunciation between the Spanish
actual like Castilian Spanish and Spanish from say Mexico, or the different dialects, I guess you would call it, is kind of interesting. They have more of a "Hola, cómo está usted" instead of
What's
"Hola."
that said?
Right. That's more of a saying it that way though. It's more of like from Mexico, because they have a the sound when
My family's
I
from
think
Spain, and that's how we would talk.
I think that his son is asking him. Ask Randy if he's got his glasses on.
Nope, they're in my pocket.
I just read that
I
down
think,
there at the
Dad,
bottom.
put your glasses on, Dad, so you can see where the number 5 is.
There comes a shag driver.
I'm not trying to offend.
But there's also
in any
different
way.
regions. There's different regions in Spain too. Like there's one here that speaks one dialect. There's one here that speaks another dialect, and then there's
That makes
another one
sense.
here that speaks. So, but yeah, my family's from Barcelona, Madrid, and Tarragona. So we're Spaniards.
Cool.
059505.
That is cool. But the I just one of the things.
Should I open these?
No, because you didn't share them with me. No, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm only kidding.
I'm a little hungry.
Go for it.
Ronald, I need the cat scoop. It says that an eighth of a cup is a serving size.
Oh, does it
You're
give you
not
how
gonna
many
use
pieces?
Please tell me you're not going to use the cat scoop to scoop out food.
It's a measuring cup that we use for the cats.
Hey,
Yeah,
I'll have you wash it before.
You know, a cat scoop is a litter scooper.
It's not a litter scooper.
Okay.
It's their food scoop.
well, even so, you talk about mixing human food and cat food.
It gets
I know
washed.
it's an eighth of,
It gets
I know
washed,
it's an eighth of
right?
a cup. He will wash
No,
it.
I mean between you and the hazelnut and the kitty, they'll get washed in between, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
that's what he's asking.
Yes, I'm gonna.
You gave him the willies. He just got the willies. He just got the shivers.
I'm still got the
No,
shit.
my brother will wash. My brother
Hey,
will
Alvin.
wash it. He will.
Alvin Luce is here, and he says, "Hey, Randy, Des, Rebecca, Gary, and everyone."
Hi, Alvin.
Hi,
You
Al.
guys
Alvin.
ain't no help. Supposed to be looking for my trailer.
I'm trying, but the trailers are backwards. How am I supposed to read them backwards? On the left. Okay, now on the right, they're coming normal. So, but I still can't see. I need a bionic eye. I told you that. Kim, are you back? Welcome back. I'm home now, so I can watch again.
See, it's wet.
It's a measuring scoop.
It's amazing.
Oh, we're thinking something totally different.
It's
Okay.
an eighth of a cup
Well,
measuring cup.
Hey, my reaction ain't gonna be much different, even if even if you watch it. I've got one scoop set for the dog food, and we don't use it for anything but dog food. That's just
Hi,
me.
Jamie. Jamie Conway's here.
Hi, Jamie.
Hi, Jamie Conley.
Hey, Jamie
He
Conway.
passed
good.
it 4 times
That's-
now, Randy Smith said. Your kid said, you
Prob-
passed it 4 times.
Probably. But the shag driver's right here ahead of me. She's looking, and she don't see it either.
Oh, that's good. You got somebody else looking for you, too.
Yeah.
Good. You're not out there alone. Since I can't help you with my bionic eye.
Mhm.
I think the battery died on it, and it won't hold the charge anymore.
Your bionic eye.
Yeah. He asked me to help him look.
I know it.
I can't see that well.
Go wash it and put it back in the cat.
Randy Smith.
Yeah,
says
I'm
he
watching
passed
both
it 4 times.
sides.
Welcome back, Piggy.
Welcome back, Piggy. Piggy's Pit.
Hi, Peggy's. Peggy's.
I got to get my bandage changed later. I am not looking forward to that.
That reminds me.
Oh,
That's on your leg.
yeah, it's gotten worse.
Sorry to hear
I see my wound specialist on Friday, but it's gotten worse. It's gotten bigger, and more wounds have popped up. And it's not fun putting lidocaine medication on it. Look, I'm tearing up a little bit just thinking about it.
Oh. Sorry to hear that.
Oh.
Thank you.
You know, I'm constantly making mistakes.
I've done that, Randy, before, and they check you when you got out the gate. I've grabbed the wrong one, so they won't let you leave with the wrong one.
I'm sorry, Gary. What were you
I
going to
was one number off once and didn't realize it.
Oops.
I'm just saying I'm constantly making mistakes. See,
I just noticed you. I guess you put up a cute critters video.
I've got stuff scheduled for a while. Let's see, that didn't work. I have a tendency to, I try to do things, the right way, but they don't always work out.
Uh-oh. We're getting close.
There
Oh,
we go.
0595 right there. And now I need an 05. I'm in the right direction anyway, finally.
I wish
Wasn't even close to
we
where
had
they
somebody with
told me.
sound effects in here. We can hit the woo. It's
There it
found.
is.
Yay!
Wait a minute, no, that's yeah.
No, that's not.
There it is, right here. Finally.
Okay. Yay! I
I made a
agree.
mistake on the video, and now I have to fix it.
So you're taking a reefer?
Well, it's a reefer trailer, but it don't have the motor on it. I'm taking to St. Louis, and they will put the motor on it.
Oh, okay.
A reefer is a refrigerated one.
And clear, so
Okay.
I
You
might
gotta
be able to
speak
see
English
you.
for a non-trucker person.
The reefer is what cools the trailers down.
Gotcha.
The ones that puts the groceries in
Yeah, the
and stay
refrigeration
cold.
one. Yeah.
And then the other ones are just vans. They don't have motors on them.
Okay.
And sometimes
No,
they'll take a reefer and take that off and then put a sheet over it to just make it a cargo.
Yep.
I've seen some of those that had that sheet of metal on there. So do they
No.
pull it out where it is, or do you have to back up to it, Randy?
No, I have to back up to it.
Didn't you notice he turned around? He's backed up to it.
Yeah.
Did you not pay attention, woman?
I just you hear the brake set.
Yeah, I did.
But I gotta get out and hook it up. You guys talk
Go ahead.
about yourselves.
No
You can
problem.
talk about me.
You know what they
Did
say?
you know
Don't
that
fear
Randy-
the reefer. Don't fear the reefer.
That's a good song.
I thought so too.
She's going frisky, Ronald. Denver's being lazy again,
Oh, joy.
laying down to eat.
Ooh, Cog Hill posted a video 2 hours ago. They've got their little storefront. What is it? Their cart up on the road. Now that's who I would love to live near. I would leave some treats at the gate for Mooney and the goats and Mildred. Northern Alabama. He's got some cool hats too. He's got one that's got a peace sign on it underneath. I want that one. What's this? Breaking 24-hour police standoff with armed woman.
You know that?
Go. Go.
He's-
Go.
Oh. I thought he already ate, but no.
No, he has. Blue has
And
really
Virginia.
learned. Blue
You're not
has
going.
really.
I'm hoping not going anywhere near Richmond, Virginia.
Blue has really learned not to go over until we tell him okay to getting his food.
That's a good thing.
It is.
Well, everybody, I made a mistake.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's not unusual for me to make a mistake, especially when it's a spelling mistake. Even though I call myself trying to sit there and double check myself to make sure that whatever I'm doing, you know, if it wasn't for a spell checker, I don't think I'd ever made it through college.
If it wasn't for my ex-stepmother, I never would have made it out of high school.
Well, I went through and I could have swore that I saw Rambling with the Brum. You know, I did that welcome new members video, and I misspelled rambling. And I just thought that it was one of those things where they intentionally, you know, for it to be kind of folksy or whatever. I guess I thought they were saying, I really thought that they were doing the whole rambling, you know, without the G to be folksy, but that wasn't the case. They actually had it. And so I misspelled it. I was trying to do it right, but obviously I didn't. So now I gotta fix it. So I'm gonna have to take down my video and that's okay.
Yeah, but you can edit wording, but you can't
Well,
edit.
I can't edit it once the thing's been published. I can take stuff out, but I can't go through and add any video to it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. But you said you misspelled, so you could fix the spelling, right?
Well, if it were on the name or the description, on the title or description.
But it's in the video itself.
And so
Got it.
what I'm having to do is I'm going through and I'm gonna redo the video basically. And I'm redoing the video, which it doesn't take but a second to do. I mean, the question is, the thing is, it takes it,
Keep it on. And
it takes it off of, and the views are no longer at, which is fine.
It's gonna do.
I'm just, you know, hey, I'm just ashamed that I did something.
No,
that-
get
that-
off. Get off. Come on, Blue.
Blue,
Blue, come on. Come on, Blue.
Blue, come on. Blue,
Go.
come here, Blue. Come here.
Hang on.
Sit,
He wanted to
sit.
Let me try this again.
You need
Okay.
to stay.
I meant to do it. I meant to do it yesterday, but I couldn't because our internet was off yesterday.
Good.
Okay,
Come
go.
on, Blue. Come on. Come on.
Where's
You
his
can
phone?
get it.
Where's his phone?
Where's this what?
Where's his phone?
I don't.
And I hope I'm doing this right. I'm
Come
trying.
on, Blue.
Let me try it. See how it works.
Sit. Sit.
Where's that music coming from?
Gary,
That music is from my editor.
Oh,
Um,
another one there. Check up on the. Up on.
Oh,
I really need to.
No, that's Denver. That's what.
come on, Blue.
I just don't know. Let me see.
Yeah.
And let me see if I'm gonna mute myself for just a second, so that this doesn't bother y'all. I've got to go through and I've got to run it through one time to make sure that it's coming in properly.
Finish your food.
Come on. Come on.
Mhm. So, what have you been doing this morning, Daz?
I didn't get out of bed till like 8:20. Well,
Oh,
I sat up in bed at 8:20.
I got
out of
up
bed
at.
8:30.
I got my bedroom door knocked on because I needed to move my van so someone could leave. It was cold outside.
It was cold this morning too. I looked at my car, and it had condensation inside the window, inside the car, and all the windows are closed.
We had frost on our
Everything.
everything.
Oh, I remember frost. We had that a few weeks ago, like 2 or 3 weeks ago.
Yeah. Everything was.
I went back out to, like I told Randy, I went back out to my brother-in-law's. He was giving us some food that my sister vacuum sealed with the vacuum sealer in jars. And I have it all in my van right now. And I'm hoping that the dry stuff, I think we should be able to put it out in a cabinet I have outside that has doors that close and no mice can get into them. You know, and it's in canning jars, so it should be fine. And start using it. Not that I really like to use instant potatoes. I don't like really eating white potatoes. That felt weird. See, I can feel when there is a little knot
Yeah. Yep. Hold
coming
on.
up. As
Alvin Lewis said, we got about an inch of snow overnight here in Nevada.
Whoa.
An inch isn't bad though. It could have been a lot worse.
You know, because
That would melt.
it
That would melt real fast.
it did say that the lettuce that I have, that we can plant it in zone 6A in March. But I'm going to talk to Bountiful Harvest Abby because we're in the same plane where we live. So finding out when I can direct sow that lettuce.
That's cool.
I'll probably send her a picture of it.
So is like planting your seed, right?
Yes, sowing.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
sowing your seed.
Look, you're talking to a city girl.
I
Sewing doesn't mean
understand.
sewing could mean like you're sewing your clothes.
That's a different sewing.
I know that. That's
So
what I'm
it's
like.
sowing,
It's not
sowing
planting
the
your
seeds,
seeds. Okay.
planting my seeds. Do you know what Ronald's happened to do to get Denver to eat the rest of his food
Get down on the ground with him.
and hold his bowl?
He is spoiled.
He is one spoiled dog.
I love it.
He's eating it plain.
At least he's eating it plain now.
There you go.
Usually we have to put something.
Something we have to usually put something on it for him to eat it.
And this time we don't.
Oh, look. Now I understand why you call me the yarn ninja. He heard me.
Yep, give you a thumbs up.
Come on. Untangle. There we go. Yeah, in people don't think that in the desert that it snows, but it does.
It even rains.
It even rains there.
You guys need to keep them entertained because I want to go outside for a smoke. So,
Okay.
Gary, keep them entertained with Rebecca. He's too busy editing right now. He's got to fix his video.
Well,
Maybe-
I'm gonna
maybe
keep
I
an eye
better
on
wait.
chat while I'm winding this ball of yarn while they watch me do this.
Maybe I'll wait a little bit longer until Randy's in the truck. I got the Barn Door channel open, so I'm looking at Barn Dominiums right now. It's all about Barn Dominiums.
I've got to go somewhere and find a box for you know what to send to
Yeah.
Florida.
Yeah, it's finding the right box. Let's see. No, he doesn't have his mic muted. Now he does. Let's see. Who am I hearing? Is it your side, Rebecca?
No. It's something to do about tractors. I think it's Randy's.
Okay. All
I
right.
really do.
Let's see. Been good year for snow up in Sierra Lab, which is up the hill from Donor Summit near Reno. Got over 600 plus inches this year, with more to come at 220% snowpack. Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, I can remember snow in New England when I lived up in New England. I mean, I was 16 years old when we got the blizzard of 78.
There was one year when Mom bought this place that I think it was 2009 or 10. I think it was nine that we had 14 inches here. That we were literally stuck at home.
We had the blizzard of 78, and our whole town, okay, Kim, and our whole town was snowed in for over a month. We had to wait for the National Guard to come and dig us out, and then they still forgot about my road. Everywhere else was snow plowed. My road was not, which was up on a hill. So people would come up to my hill to go sledding because it was the only street that had snow still on it. But they had to be careful because it came down to a main road like this. So we'd have somebody down at the bottom of the hill, 2 spotters at the bottom of the hill just in case, and we would all go sliding on this hill while the rest of the town finally got unburied. But it was like in the nick of time when it got unburied because we had a small grocery store and food couldn't come in. So what we had in the grocery store was it to supply for those, in town. So you would see people on like snowmobiles, cross-country skis, walking with their wooden sleds and building a box on it so they can bring whatever little bit of groceries that they can bring home with them because they had to ration it out for everybody to get us through. It was bad. If you look at Blizzard 78 online and you look for I-28 Highway 128, Highway 128 in Massachusetts during that time, cars were all buried on top, and you'd see people standing on top looking for the nearest exit because they would be stuck in the middle of the highway and they couldn't go anywhere. And when they had to come in and plow out the roads, they had to figure out how to get to the cars and plow the roads. Meanwhile, you got all these cars buried underneath all this snow. They can't plow the roads. Yeah, and a whole town that was right by the water got tons of water put in the whole first floor of the homes. All their cars were buried underneath salt water, and the whole town was frozen under salt water. And that was during that same time. It was crazy. Situate, Mass, during the blizzard '78 was frozen solid.
I fixed it.
Awesome.
Well, you know, sometimes I get a little stupid. I don't mean to. I just am.
No, not stupid. You just get, you want to get things done, and then you sometimes miss things. So after it's like me when you know how you text something and you're texting away and you send it, hey Beth, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh,
Beth.
crapola, I spelled something wrong, and you
Hey,
wish
Beth.
you could take it back, or you said something and it's like broken English or whatever, and nothing makes sense on what you just wrote because your voice text and you're just typing, you don't recheck yourself and you just hit send. It's the same thing with a video. You
See,
want to
that's
get
the
it
thing, though.
out.
I know I checked that. I just missed it.
Yeah.
Because after because I had a snafu. I had a snafu with spelling defense. I can spell something like, for example, sesquipedalian. I can spell that, and get it fairly accurate. So far as I can tell, every time I'll get that accurate. But when I spelled defense for whatever reason, at one point I misspelled defense. Instead of a C, I put S. I put a C. But this time, it's because of that, I tend to be very careful, or I try to be very careful when spelling. But I know I saw a G, but I thought maybe the G was because I could have swore I checked it and I saw without the G, and maybe it was just because I did it because I was looking it up. Anyhow, it was wrong, and so
It happens.
I put out.
Hi, Beth. I did this for you today. I'm back, guys, for a minute.
Welcome back.
I did figure out why there's nobody in here. I'm
Why?
being shunned by Aaron because I banned him last night. I had Eddie block him because his mouth gets too much and I don't want it to hurt the little kids that's coming in here. And so I blocked him because he gets carried away with some of his words. And he does whatever he wants on his channel. And like I said in here, I like to have fun. I joke around and cut up, but certain words you don't use around the kids.
Right.
And so I banned him. So he's over doing a live right now, cussing me out, saying I'm a no good, this and that, and I'm a fake. And I listen to all you guys whine and this and that, going to the doctors. And I sat there for a few minutes. Listen, I told him I would call. I said I'd call when we first started and tell him, but I didn't want him getting in here blowing up. And then he texted me all night long when I'm sleeping. I tell him, my wife calls me at 6. Everybody knows that, to drive home. And she calls me at 7 when she wakes up. That's her time. And he kept texting me and calling me last night and stuff. So he's got a whole bunch of the fishing community over there that's talking all kinds of shit about me, which I don't care. They're talking about me. They're leaving somebody else alone. But
Is that the
that's
one that
what's
says
going
that's
on.
Randy's #1 fan?
Yep.
Okay.
Up in the air.
Yep.
And then he's saying that I actually give him $100 last month so he could turn his phone on, and 50 of it was for a giveaway, and he spent the money and didn't use it for the giveaway. And then I actually paid for his stickers. He did a shout out for Jamie's stickers. He's saying, yeah, I did that so I could I paid for the stickers. Yeah, he didn't have to say anything. I just was being nice and got him stickers. He didn't have any, him and his wife. And Then he's saying that I'm buying subscribers because I go on to Ancinio's, Nets, and Bless Blogs, and I always talk to them and stuff, and I support them like Gary's channel. I'm a member, and I give Gary money every week, off and on. I do it to a lot of channels, but I'm buying you guys. That's what I'm doing. He's saying
Oh my God.
Who is this?
air run or up in the air run outdoors.
Oh,
I don't know that channel.
You don't need to, Rebecca. You wouldn't go. He's a pothead. He smokes pot on camera. They play music all the time. But that's all they do is talk and bitch and whine and stuff. But they sit there and smoke pot all day long.
Hmm.
And I don't need that because I want Nancy to be able to come and Anesthesia to come in and the Vinner chicks. I have all
Right.
these kids coming in, and I don't need that over here on mine.
Right.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't.
Nope.
Well,
I
that's
like the Vineyard Chicks. They're wonderful. I've listened to them talk and play music.
Yeah, they
And
are
they're
really good
wonderful.
kids.
Yeah.
And I'm just trying to, like a lot of other channels, we're just trying to keep it clean so, other people can come in,
right.
and I'm trying to make it grow, and if you stick to just,
Sure.
the alcoholics and the smoking pot guys and stuff, you can't get the good, the nice people in. They won't put up with it. I have a lot of senior citizens, yes, a lot of older women and guys in here that just like to, just talk and have a good time. And I'm sorry. I mean, we might be boring sometimes and stuff, but I mean, the other day when Rebecca and Kim was talking about quilting, my son got involved. He's right there by where the big quilting place is. I mean, and I have aunts that do the quilts. I've been around it, my mom and stuff. We've all been around it, so it was interesting to some of us. Some people don't like it, but you can't please everybody.
No. But that's that. Keep your comments to yourself and do it behind closed doors.
Yep. It's like there. I blocked him. I actually texted him that I was going to block him last night and told him to stop texting me all night long and everything, and he don't get the hint. If you ask Eddie, when Eddie talked to Eddie when we was doing the stickers, he won't shut up where you can tell him something. He just keeps his lips just keep going and stuff. So I don't like blocking people, but I'm trying to do this because, like I said, I want to do it for charity. I wasn't going to get monetized, but it's growing, and I see I can do something else for others.
Yeah. I totally understand that.
So I'm sorry I had to bring it up. I just want to let you guys know what's going on behind the scenes if somebody says anything. I don't like hiding nothing from nobody. And I got to go slide the axle, so I'll be back.
That's unfortunate. Too many times drama gets started innocently enough. People, hey, it's just like I was saying before. People at some point, a lot of people. In fact, I was talking with Reagan. One of the things I was saying with Reagan is that a lot of people, initially think pretty well. I don't know how to put it other than to say that some people think pretty highly of me to begin with. And that's just because of the fact I spend a lot of time sharing folks out, and trying to support other folks and that type of thing. And I do that. I'm going to do that come heck or high water. That's just what I do. But I'm also, a person. And at some point, I'm going to do something.
Huh?
I'm going to do something.
No, it's going to St. Louis.
Well, okay. I'm just making sure I ain't muted.
You're not muted, hon.
All right. At some point, I'm going to do something that somebody's going to be disappointed with, or doesn't fit their, thought or process about who I am or who I'm supposed to be. I don't change who I am. I am human. I do things that other people don't approve of,
Yeah.
but I also try to be I try to be a caring person. I try to be, thoughtful of other people, and I try to avoid conflict. I really do. But every now and then it gets dragged my way. And even then, I try to be a peacemaker just
Yeah,
because that's, in
that's
a
just
lot of
who you
ways.
are. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
I
in
don't I
that
don't like
way,
I don't like conflict either.
oh, I know. With a name like Peaceful Des, it's kind of I kind of typically think of it as being a given. The Peaceful Des is going to be peaceful. And I like that.
Yeah,
Um,
I try to be, because I've been around so much conflict in family life, bad marriage, bad relationships, bad friendships,
right.
that you I just but I also cower because I don't want to cause conflict. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't want to cause more drama that needs to be caused. It's like, okay, I don't get along with you, fine. You don't get along with me, fine. Let's just end it right there and we'll call it. You know what I mean? But to
Yeah.
bring it out in the open and put it out on YouTube, that's ridiculous. That's
Right.
somebody looking for views, and it wants wants everybody to be like, oh. But then when this truth starts coming out, then they start seeing the truth. Hopefully, they'll open their eyes. Like Jeff, Southwest Jeff. People are like now starting to see the actual truth. And when he had all that issue that just happened,
Well,
so
I see your point, Des, and to be honest with you, I can appreciate that vantage point, but I also look at, and I'm just going to lay out a scenario where it made me think twice. Um, there, hey, nobody. I'm trying to approach this in a very careful way because I don't want people to misunderstand. Um, there have been, and I've read about people that were serial accusers, and I've seen several instances where it's taken place. Nobody thinks there's hey, one of the worst crimes out there is the crime of a violation of a woman. Um, that, or for that matter, I guess a man, but
it
typically,
happens both ways, but mostly
right,
women.
right.
You don't hear it on the man because men keep it to themselves because nobody will believe a man.
Well, that's true. And
Oh,
the thought is that they'd probably be thought of, in a very, they'd probably be thought of in a very negative way
Right,
if that was brought out.
right.
But my point is, once a person, and let's just say a man, because in the, stereotypes are out there. People think that that this is the way it should be. I've seen video where they did social experiments and they saw a woman berating a man, hitting on him and what have you, slapping him, what have you, and everybody just laughed. And then, but you take the same situation with a man doing that to a woman, and it's everybody jumps to her defense. And I'm not saying, hey, everybody wants to live in a world where everything is equal, but yet they don't either. Um, it's just the way people think. Um, I have seen situations where, and once a man is accused of doing that, even if he's cleared, uh, the fact is that that person is still, you know, hey, he's going to live with that stigma.
Living with it because of somebody's false accusation.
Right.
I know because I follow an actor, and he got falsely accused, and he had to go to court and stuff.
Yeah.
And there was videotapes and everything of the woman doing it to him, and there was pictures of bruises and burn
all right,
marks
thank you.
and missing fingers on him, and there was fake makeup bruises on her because the next day she had no bruises.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So yeah, there's the accuser that likes to do false reports so they can get all the reporting on them,
Right.
and make like the other person look like the bad guy until the truth comes out, and
Right.
then she's like,
Well,
and the person is exonerated, but still has to live with the stigma because people are like, blacklisted him all over the place, you know,
That's right.
and it's ridiculous.
I know, but unfortunately, that's human nature. People want to believe the worst. And I guess my point to
Even
that
with
is,
the proof, they still believe the worst.
that's right. And so it's hard when you're dealing with situations to try and stay above the fray, because sometimes whatever comes out first is what people believe, or some people, and it's hard to go through. And you know, I guess my point to all this, all these things have entered my mind, and I also know that I'm just a person. I'm an average person. I'm nothing special. All right, but people have a tendency, because of some of the stuff that I do, to have a pretty good opinion of me. Well, guess what? It's just that much further to fall when they see something that disappoints them or annoys them.
Right. People need to stop putting people up on pedestals and
I
just
agree.
and just get to know them as them. I was thankful because I got to meet Randy. Randy got to meet me, and who we saw in person is pretty much what I am online. At least I think I am. You know?
You are.
So it's like, yeah, I can get a little fresh with my mouth, but that's why my snowflake. I mean, my logo has got half red and half cream, you know, light, because there's a yin and yang side of me. But most times, I try to stay on the peaceful side. But I let things build up. I mean, it took me. Let's see. I met my husband in 91. I told him off in 2009. You know, it took me that many years to get over abuse and abandonment and emotional and verbal and physical. You know, to finally lay it out there. So it took me many years to grow the courage, and I went through a lot of violence before him, but you know, it took me many years to finally grab a backbone, as they say, you know, grow a pair. Well, I'm a girl, so I needed a backbone.
Yeah.
I can't grow a pair.
Hey,
but sometimes you have to, because you know, putting people up on a pedestal, yeah, you're gonna fall. You're gonna fall hard. And,
that's right.
And it messes with your emotional psyche, you know. And I thought my marriage, I thought it was good until I got married, and then it was like the worst mistake in my whole life. And then I became disabled because I couldn't work 4 jobs anymore, because I worked my body to death, you know, trying to support my family and selling my wedding ring and selling my engagement ring and selling movies to put food on the table and pay the bills, because he was too busy spending my paychecks for his weed and his $100 pair of jeans and his $100 shoes, you know, that we were falling behind in the hole, and I couldn't support anymore because I was disabled. I was thankful I was in housing at the time, because my rent went down with my income went down. When my income went back up, my rent went back up, you know? So I was paying over $1,000, and then I was paying under $500. So I'm thankful for that, but to pay my light bill and the food and get the kids the clothes they need for school and school, I was doing all of that because he didn't want to go to work. He wanted to smoke it and cheat, you know, and do other things behind my back while I was at work. So you have to stop putting people on pedestals and open your eyes and see who they truly are, because not one of us is perfect.
That's right.
Not one of us is perfect. And even God was not perfect. Okay, Randy, you're perfect. But
I'm the perfect,
you know, none of us are perfect.
a-hole.
Not even the person that made us is perfect. You know, so if we were all perfect and all the same, then we'd be boring people. First of all, we'd be very boring, because we'd all think the same, we'd all talk the same, we'd all dress the same. You know. But yeah, stop putting people on pedestals and open your eyes.
Right, Randy. I'm sorry for bringing this. I feel like I've kind of brought everybody down. That was not my intention, I assure you.
It's all right, Gary. It needs to be out once in a while. Everybody holds everything back and stuff, and that's why I brought it up, because so I don't hide nothing back. I'm not fake. Yeah, I joke and cut up. Every one of you in here, I've tormented somehow. Every one of you, and I do it all the time.
Right back to you.
Yeah, and you are. And
Because
that's who I am, you know.
right, we know Randy's joking around with us. If he didn't joke around with us, we knew he wouldn't care about us.
Right.
You
Yeah,
know?
that's the way I am. And I was doing the same way with him, but he gets carried away with his joking and doesn't understand, you know, there's other people listening. It's all about him, and I'm not mad at him, you know, and I could
Demands it
still
stronger.
talk to him and
Yeah.
stuff, but you know, he blew up at me there. I turned it on. I used my other phone. Reason I seen it is I used my other phone to call in, tell him I got my trailer, and I
Yeah.
got a message that he was live. So I thought, yeah, he's probably saying something because that's the way he is. He got into it. Mike's home fishing. He got into Joy and Scott because they banned him too. There's been several channels banned this guy. And I give him the benefit of the doubt. You know, just because he smokes dope and don't work, you know, he can still do what he does. I didn't tell him he didn't have to do it. You know, everybody has their own life. But when you come and call me out and tell me I did all this and I bent over backwards trying to help
To
this
help
guy,
him? Yeah.
and I bought his stickers, give him $100, pay his phone bill and stuff, so he could go live, and then I'm the ass or the trash or whatever, and that just really set me off.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that would set me off too.
I understand. Well, the thing
mean-
about when you look at all the stuff that goes on YouTube, some of it is unnecessary, and I say that just because the fact that I know their human nature. For example, you know, y'all know that I'm good friends with Devil Dog. Well, me and Devil Dog were doing a live one night, and if you've hung out with us for very long, you've probably seen D Dog is like 7258 or something like that, or 5052. I don't remember his exact you know channel name, but it's pretty close to Devil Dog. Well,
Yeah, I've seen that one.
he's friends. You know, I don't know him as well as I know. You know, Otis, be quiet. I'll let you out in a minute. He's friends, and he's close enough friends with Devil Dog to where he has his phone number. We were doing a live one night, and it was on my channel. I remember that because you know he sent Devil Dog a text saying that his texts weren't coming up in the chat. And Otis, I told you I'll let you out in a minute. Well, and it was a glitch or a shadow ban, or I don't know what you call it, other than they weren't showing up. And Devil Dog checked it 4 times to verify that he wasn't hidden or blocked on my channel. I checked it 3 times just to make sure. But as soon as we added him in you can manually add somebody as a mod, and they will show up. And as soon as we added him manually to the mod position, boom! All of a sudden, his videos, or not his videos, but his chats were showing up. Well, guess what? In this situation, it worked out because he knew he was able to contact us right then while it was happening. I've seen other people that go through. Hang on, let me let Otis out. I have seen other people that that happens to. Well, come on, go on. I have seen other people that that happens to them, and because of paranoia or whatever, they automatically, human nature, I guess, says, well, was I banned? Was I,
Yeah.
To them, that makes more sense than there being a glitch in the system. But glitches happen all the time, from what I can tell.
Yeah, Josh and I for like months would not see each other on channels, and people were like, "Hey, Des," and "Hi, Josh," and we both be like, "We can't see each other on chat. We can't," and neither one of us had each other blocked.
Right. And
which was really weird.
I think that I think it's probably something similar to the subscriptions. A lot of people say, "Well, I grew to this, and then it dropped down 2 or 3." I think that there may be even some psychological manipulation with that. I'm just guessing, because they won't, and I don't know if it's by design and maybe I'm just reading into something that, if you see your numbers change or whatever, maybe you're tempted to add a little bit more content or focus on this,
Des,
focus on that.
read what
Yes, Eddie.
Progster said. I can't read it.
No problem. Mr. Randy, you've got a lovely A.E UK matron is shining her hobnails and polishing her hypodermics. She doesn't do rude or crude. P.S. You're still not getting my legs.
I just seen a great big chat from her. I couldn't see it though.
Yeah. All right. Be right back. I'm listening. I got my headphones on, but ladies' room and smoking a cigarette, but I'll be listening and I'll have my phone with me so I can watch. And this way, hopefully I can get back to you on what you're saying.
Hey, Mr.
You guys have to read his chat for him.
Okay.
We will.
It's okay. I just happened to see a long one and something was highlighted on. I couldn't tell what it was, and I don't have my other phone on right now.
They put some little things. It's a frog, a heart.
Yeah. Yeah,
And then
that
there's
lights up on the StreamYard, and I couldn't tell what it was.
They've got the, I'm trying to look at them, those avatars, and figure out what they are because I don't know avatars that well.
That's
I
one
don't
thing
know.
Aaron did one night I liked about when I watched his show up in the air with outdoors. We did an avatar show. You had to talk with avatars. Now I enjoyed that. You had your different emojis coming up, and not avatar emojis. You had to talk with emojis, and I enjoyed it. It was something different. And he did that one night. We always trying to figure out how to say certain words. You get that emoji up. It was something different. It was fun.
Yeah, that reminds me. I think I'm planning a Harry Potter appreciation night.
Blue. Enough.
Where people can come in with either a stick for like a wand, or they can come in with, like, I think Hagrid does a like a little pink umbrella that he uses for his wand.
I got a pink duster. That work?
That works, man. It's all make believe anyhow. So,
Here, I'll show you. Watch.
there we go. That would be perfect. But I'm just thinking that it would be. I enjoy Harry Potter. That's just me. I like
I didn't when they first come out, and my aunt, she died a few years ago. She was a really big Harry Potter fan, and she bought all of his stuff. And I was at her house remodeling, and she'd be playing it, some of the tapes and stuff, and I got interested in it. Then I started watching it. But when it first came out, I didn't have nothing to do with it. But I was at her house working on her house one day, and we sit down and eat lunch, and she'd have it playing, and I started getting interested into it then.
Well, it's I like things that you can enjoy and kind of get lost in, and sometimes I found the writings of J.K. Rowling to be interesting or entertaining. So for me, and I have read the books, and the books are even better than the movies. But hey, I'm an old dude that happened to enjoy the movies. Me and Tammy watched them together. It was something that we could do, to for us. Hey, she's got her interest for the most part, and I've got mine. And I don't try to make her be anything other than who she is, and she don't try to make me, for the most part, be anything that I'm not either. And so, when it comes to stuff like that, it's just like we both enjoy old cars, the car shows, that type of thing. But she's into, until 2020, I didn't ever care about planting anything, growing anything, plants and what have you. But Tammy has for our, as long as we've been together before that. So it's just something that I enjoyed. You know, I enjoy the getting lost in one of the books. Now, that doesn't mean I see eye to eye with her on a philosophical level, or and I'm not one of these people that say that just because it's make believe and magic, what have you, you know, that it's, you know, bad, or, you know, I kind of ran into the same thing when it came to you may be familiar with a musician by the name, what is his name? The one that bit the head of the bat or the dove or something. Ozzy Osbourne. You know, when I was young, I was very stout, you know, anti Ozzy Osbourne, because, you know, he had to be, you know, the devil incarnate or something like that. But, you know, I started hearing some of his music and I was like, wow, that's really good. So, Otis, I just let you out. But it's been my experience, you know, if you just let things stand on their own. Hang on, I gotta let Otis in. He got me better trained than I got you.
You need a doggy door.
Yes, he does.
That's probably a good idea.
Or a remote controlled doggy door. You can just push a button.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, there's ones that have where you have a thing on their collar that nothing can, you know, like some other animal can't come in.
Oh, like
Yeah.
they got like their own little key to get in and out. Then,
Yes.
well, that'd be pretty cool.
That's an idea.
You know, it's a like a remote, you know, like with your garage door opener, but it's on their collar.
Right, but see, here's
And
the
it will
thing.
raise it, and then it will go back down once the animal gets in.
Well, sometimes the gate is open, sometimes the gate is closed. So we want to be able to control when he is able to go out. Even with the gate, you know, even with the gate down there, we've lost, you know, Bella, you know, got outside the gate, and I need to repair that gate. I need to do some stuff with it. But you know, Beth says, yeah, I was told I couldn't listen to that, but I'm discovering he has some good stuff. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. You know, as an adult, here, Otis, go over there. As an adult, you know, you make your own decisions. And I don't always ascribe negative to something that somebody else has said.
Yep, you take your own opinion. You might
right.
like something.
Exactly. And so it's just like when I was a kid, we weren't allowed to watch Bewitched, you know, or I Dream of Jeannie, because, you know, the church that we went to, I guess, had their opinions on that, or maybe my parents did. I think they went a little overboard on some things. Good to see you, Drunken Chef. Always a pleasure.
Hi, Chef.
Hi, Drunken Chef.
But, you know, as you get a little older, you make your own decisions, and
you pay for your consequences when you get older.
that's
you know?
right. That's
you know,
right.
you're the adult, so you're gonna, you know, if you do something wrong, you're the ones paying for it.
That's right. So you do what you can with what you got. But anyhow, I like Harry Potter, and so I don't know if it's going to be this Saturday. It probably won't, because I know Devil Dog's birthday is Saturday, and he'll probably be going long on his live stream. I'll still have my live stream at 8:30 like I normally do, but you know, I'm not looking for, you know, a huge turnout or anything. Fact is, you know, a lot of the people that I hang out with, the same folks that hang out with, you know, Devil Dog, and with it being his birthday and everything, you know, he may go longer depending on how his live stream goes, from what he said.
Real quick on the Harry Potter thing, did you ever watch Fantastic Beasts or other
Yes,
book
I
series? All three of them, or the first two?
I've seen all three of them.
Yeah, I have the first two. I want to get the third. I want to get the third one to watch for the story. So I have all of the Harry Potter as well.
It is Fantastic Beasts, The Secrets of Dumbledore, or something like that.
Yeah,
is actually on HBO show. HBO show,
Yeah.
I think it is,
Yeah, I don't
or
have
HBO
that.
Max.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have HBO and stuff.
The Bandit Frogster says Bewitched was one I grew up on. My oldest is named after her. As a child, I just saw magic.
Yeah, I understand. I'm right
That's
there
pretty
with
cool.
You know?
My oldest daughter, you guys remember it's an old movie where I can't remember the name. The guy that he was he had moonshine. He lived on a riverboat way back. It was real old movies, and he had a granddaughter named Tammy. And my oldest daughter's named after her because well, he's always doing the song "Tammy's in Love" or "Tammy this." They had several different movies about Tammy and the old man. Then there was a plantation or something involved. I can't think of the dang show though, but that's where my oldest daughter, was from a TV show.
that's cool.
Yeah, there were movies. There was a bunch of Tammy movies that were really, really good.
You know, my wife's named Tammy. I've been engaged to 2 women in my life, both of them named Tammy Renee. And
Yeah,
I
we talked about
dated
that
a lot
a
of
while
them.
back. You did that so you wouldn't have the wrong name that way.
Well, no,
It's-
I dated a lot of people, a lot of women.
Or you
as
could
a
have
youth-
tattoos like me and have the wrong name.
Well, I don't have any tattoos. I find them interesting sometimes, but I guess my daddy used to tell the story of how when my daddy has a tattoo. It's on his left forearm, I think. It's a panther head, and he tells the story of how when he was in the army, and he was just so proud of that tattoo. And when he came home to show his mama, she looked at it and she, in a measured way, then she told the story how when he came home, when he was born at the hospital, the doctor handed him to her, and she looked at him, counted, his each finger and each toe. He had 10 toes, 10 fingers, not a blemish on him. He was perfect, is what she said. And she didn't say anything after that. Well, that was her way of telling him that she was kind of disappointed that he
Marked
and
it
that was
up.
just
Marked it up.
right. And that's the way it used to be back then.
Yep.
A lot of people used to think, in a more negative way about tattoos and that type of thing. And she was that way. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have anything against it. I guess it's another thing, kind of like Bewitched. Things that people used to think in the past are just no longer that way. But the fact is, I only thought about getting a tattoo once, and that's when my baby brother died. And I thought about getting a rest in peace type thing, but my brother never got a tattoo, so I kind of thought it would be silly for me to get a tattoo. I remember him my own way, and so I don't have to tell anybody else I love him.
Des,
He's gone.
Yes, I'm right here.
the
No.
Bandit Frogster said something to you.
Oh, hold on. I'm outside having a smoke.
Just thought I'd say something to you.
Tell me what was said.
It says, Miss Des, I'm in the designated area outside the hotel. Need an avatar posted, though.
Poster.
Poster. My
Yeah.
glasses.
That's
I
okay. I like to have
I
missed
got
it.
I got an eye appointment Monday.
Hey, I really need to set. In fact, last time I went and got glasses or a prescription renewed for glasses, they set me up with an appointment for a retina specialist because there's something in mine. They're seeing something. They were seeing something in mine that they felt need to be looked at.
Hi,
Trouble is, when
Stephen.
it came time for that, I had to cancel. I just hadn't rescheduled.
319. Good afternoon, everyone.
Hi, Stephen.
Hi, Stephen.
Hey, I totally agree with you, Bandit Frogster. He says, or the Bandit Frogster says, my philosophy in life is to hear two sides of an issue, do my research, look, listen, and make an informed choice. However, some don't get a second chance. I understand. I get that.
Yep, she's on
Exactly.
Frogster. She's actually on a lot of other channels that I go on, so she
Mhm.
knows what I'm talking about. And I that's why I put it out there so everybody can do their own opinion. It's like me and Big Tiny Rick. We don't see eye to eye. I tell him he's boring. His voice, he's trying to sell his rub line scent, so he got mad at me when I was on Owls and I was aggravating Rebecca. But
Which I didn't even see
I
it.
and yeah, you didn't even see it, so he got mad at me and wanted me put in timeout. And but he got mad at me because I called. He asked my phone number. A lot of people's got my number. I put it out there all the time. And he asked me, what to do. And when we started about the same time, and I was telling me how to grow a little bit, get to subs and get to see people, go in different channels and stuff, and go into the overseas channels and stuff. And he wasn't growing like I was, so he got mad about that. But when you listen to him to talk, his voice don't go up in different pitches. I go, you got to change your voice a little bit, to an octave back and forth, and so it gets interesting because if you just say this is rub line sense, would you buy something? It's drawn out. Nobody's going to listen to you. Ted from Off the Hook is helping him now, and Ted's a salesman. Ted can
Oh.
do stuff. So that's why I put it out there. Because that way like Frogster, she's on Mike's Fishing and a couple other channels I'm on and stuff. So I'm not mad at Aaron, and the only reason I blocked him is because some of the stuff he says, and he won't shut up and let you talk to him. You have to make him mad for him to listen, and he won't listen to nothing anybody says. He just thinks everybody's against him, and I'm not against him. If he wants, he said he was going to kick me out for his deal, which is fine. It's his choice. I still go in and watch him and talk to him. But what I'm doing now, and yes, I have said several times I wasn't going to get monetized, but I've changed it in the last couple of months so I can do something for charity. So it's my prerogative, I think it's a big word for me, that I can change my mind and do something different.
It is your prerogative.
Yeah.
Yeah, Bandit Frogster said something to me. Miss Rebecca, I'm having a
Smoke. I
Oh.
need a poster to hide behind.
mind. Okay, because I
Well, I
thought
went
that
outside. I don't
looked,
smoke.
that looked like a bed to me.
Yeah, I have my
That's what it
YouTube
looked
chat.
like to me.
I have my YouTube chat up so I can see what is being said. So that way I can pay attention to the emojis and stuff.
I was like, okay, I didn't. Kind of looked like someone had their head laying on a bed.
Randy Smith says, "That's a big word for you, Randy."
I know it was. My vocabulary ain't very big.
Your vocabulary is expanding.
I'm learning I'm learning more words to write because Raquel, she's correcting me all the time. And I am learning on some bigger words because every once in a while, Gary puts out big words for us to
Gary
learn.
puts out huge words. And I'm like, what's that
Sorry.
word?
That's for Pedalium.
Yes.
I can't even spell that.
I can't even say it.
Well, it ironically, it just means somebody who likes to use big words.
Okay, now that's funny.
It is. Hey,
And
but my favorite $5 word is probably calipigian.
oh my gosh, dude. Now explain that word.
Well, the reason why it's one of my favorite words, I got that from my brother, I think. Calipigian is somebody who has a shapely buttocks.
Okay.
And it's spelled, if you'd like to know how to spell it, Callipygian. Calipigian.
Oh my gosh. Frogster is a female, by the way, she said.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I just didn't know. Because I've got
Yeah.
another friend of mine, Freedom Frog Gear, that is a guy.
Yeah, we have frogs. We have Froggy. And And then Fox just says, I totally get where you're coming from, Mr. Randy. It's definitely your prerogative. A frog, a heart, and a hug.
Mhm.
Well,
Thank you, Frogster.
in my family, they do tend to throw around some high dollar words. And my father, was a psychologist. Eventually, he worked really hard his whole life to increase his education and do better for his family. And the fact is, people talk about me, or I talk about the fact that I grew up dirt poor. And part of that was because my parents had 3 kids, bam, 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 and for 5 months out of the year, we're like 3, 4, 5 years old, just separated by one number. But as my father continued, his life, his road, he was able to get more education, and he did really well. By the time my kid brother and sister, got to be a little older, and so young
Yeah.
people still. My brothers are both pretty highly educated. They've got the equivalent of like a PhD in real estate. My
Hi,
sister,
Pumpkin
I think,
Chef.
has like a master's degree. I've just got a bachelor's, so I'm the least educated person in my family. Um, and in order to try and keep up, it helps to have a decent vocabulary. So, um, and and since I started doing these $5 words, other people come up to me and say, "Hey, I got a new $5 word for you." So that kind of helps.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I watch them. I like listening to them, trying to figure them how to say them because I can't say none of them.
Me neither. Kim
Well,
says, Randy, I totally support you and your channel.
Thank you. There'll be some that are and some are not, and I have no problem with that. I don't. I try to put this stuff out here and have a conversation with all of you and just be respectful to everybody because we're all different. We all got different opinions. I mean, it's like me and Des. She about the Second Amendment. I aggravate her that and different things, and we just joke around and stuff. People, we just enjoy having
There's
fun.
some things I agree on with the
One,
Second Amendment, and some things I don't. But that's just how it is.
yeah, yeah,
And
and we talked about that when we
Yeah.
were together.
Yep. And Eddie is the same way with me.
And,
He's like,
and I agreed with some of the. Yeah, I agreed with Eddie. I told Eddie that we had a conversation. He goes, "What? You had a conversation about the Second Amendment with Des?" I go, "Yeah, it was a good one too." We both
Yeah.
listen to each other's sides,
Yep. Yeah, because
and
there's
that's
some
what you're
things
supposed to
I
do.
agree with, and there's some things I don't. But I'm not going to say you can't have a weapon. You can't have a weapon for hunting. There's just certain weapons I don't like, and there's certain weapons I understand. And there's certain weapons that don't need to be thrown on your shoulder when you're out in public. You can have it on your hip. So that's what I believe in. But
Yeah,
and I'm not going to hate you because that's what you believe in. But that's just my opinion. So
Eddie did have a good counter for that, Des, and I never thought about it.
what's
At
that?
least with that gun on his shoulder, you could tell that person's walking around with a gun. If you have a pistol, they can be hid. At least you tell
true.
that person
But
does
it's
have a
still
gun.
it's still intimidating because you don't
Yeah.
want to be in the same place because you're afraid that person's going to snap and go at
Yep.
you, whether it's on the hip or on the shoulder. So
Yep. And you
That's-
don't anymore. That last shooting in Nashville over here, I'm going to be going through Nashville later today or tomorrow. That was a woman this time doing the shooting.
yeah,
So it
Yeah.
doesn't matter who it
which is
is.
very rare, but it happens. Yeah,
Yep.
If I could, I did want to mention. Hey, I'm not saying that titles and degrees are a big deal. The fact is, mine never benefited me in any way, shape, form, or fashion until literally most of my life, until I was almost 50 years old. It never benefited me in any. All it was a drain on my pocketbook. I've paid off my school loans and what have you. They are paid and done for. But it really never benefited me until I actually applied to become a police officer.
So
I wish in high school that we had, you know, you have to go to a tech school to learn a trade, you know, when I was up north, which is kind of sad. I wish they had trade in all high schools, because those that don't want to go on to college can learn a trade like welding and electrical and a computer and, you know, whatever, you know, that they're interested in. I kind of wish they had trades like that in all high schools, because I would have probably been in a trade, because I didn't go to college. My life experience is being out there. I've hitchhiked. I've been in a carnival. I was in the Army for a very short time, but I was in the Army. I got injured and I got general discharge. So things, you know, things don't always, and I still don't know what I want to be, and I'm going to be 60 years old. You know, I don't have something to fall back on to throw out there, but I've got a heart, and I've been told I've got a good shoulder and an ear for listening. You know, so people come to me all the time and talk to me in private, because I'll listen and not judge. You know, and that's my experience for me, to put out there for everybody. It's like, you know, be true, be kind, treat people the way you want to be treated. If it gets you further in life, that's great. If it doesn't and keeps you stagnant, like me, you know, then it keeps you stagnant, but at least you're a good person to others, you know?
Right.
And that's what I try to be, is a good person. And if I could go back to school, high school, and they had a trade, it would be like learning how to redo furniture, you know, how to decorate or something in that effect. Not that I want to be an interior decorator, but learn how to, you know, maybe organize and do all that kind of stuff.
Sure.
You
Well,
know, so that's my thing. So
the problem, at least one of the major problems, if you ask me, with society today, is people act like college is the end all be all, and it
it's
ain't.
not. No.
If you go because of a requirement for a job or something, or to chase a dream to be this or that, you know, a psychologist, or, you know, a doctor, or, you know, a lawyer,
Engineer.
you know, that's one thing.
Right.
But a lot of people, you know, a lot of people go just because the fact that they've been told that's, you know, that's the ticket. You have
That's
to,
where you're going to get ahead in life. Right.
yeah. And that's just not the case. There's a lot of people with degrees that, you know, just don't use them. I was one of those for the longest time. Then there's a lot of people that never finish because there's not, you know, maybe they just interests are different
Yeah.
at
Their
that point.
interests change.
I got
Yeah.
I got a job you guys probably don't think needs a degree. You guys have all seen the Oscar Mayer vehicle
Yeah.
drive around, or seen it on TV or something.
Yeah.
That you have to have a college degree to drive that.
Wow.
I seen it in Chattanooga here a few months ago, and I go, man, I wonder, because Shannon, that's back when Shannon was looking for a job. I go, wonder what that pays. And she looked it up, and you had to have some kind of degree to drive that Oscar Mayer Wiener mobile.
Yeah. Let me see. Let me go back to chat here. The frog just says, love a good discussion. Two friends can discuss anything. That is true. Then Kim
Yep.
wrote, my casserole is in the oven. Aline actually did a video of it. It's my aunt's recipe for cashew beef casserole, and it's delicious. Then Frog just said, exactly, Mr. Beltloop. I only use mine when needed, especially when dealing with froglets. School. Judgmental people get an assertive frog response.
There we
And
go.
then Kim wrote, I won't judge people unless they do something incredibly stupid, and even then I will question their motives. I rarely go on first impressions. Yeah, sometimes first impressions are wrong impressions, but sometimes the way people come across on first impressions is who they are all the time. And I've gone on first impressions a few times, and it's proved to be true facts of who they are on that first impression, and they're not good people, is what I'm talking about. And then
Well,
there's a lot of people that are incredibly kind, sweet, and those are the people that I like. So
let I was cautioning against uh, going on first impressions just the other day, and let me explain why. Um, we all know people that, at least if you've been in the chats for very long, we've all met people that tend to be, or special needs, let's say. sometimes in an attempt to fit in, they have a tendency to say things on occasion, trying to fit in. For example, let's say that somebody, we all know folks that tend to pick on other folks in a joking way. Let's take, Missouri Randy, Missouri Outlaw Randy, for example. He picks, but some people don't understand it because they're, but you also, and I'm not saying, I'm sorry, Randy, I'm not meaning.
That's all right. Yeah, you
I'm
can
not
use me
saying-
example.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying you're special needs because you're not, obviously. But
You did take me by the admin building the other day.
that's right. Yeah,
You didn't.
well-
You didn't leave me.
I wasn't going to. I think my point though is just that sometimes when you hop into some of these lives, some people have a tendency to get their dander up a little quickly. I have a tendency to try and wait and reserve judgment because, again, even then, sometimes somebody just had a bad day.
Yep.
If somebody just got cut over and they happen to be upset, I tend to look at things when people drive stupidly, what I consider stupidly. Maybe they didn't see me. Maybe I try not to be reactionary because sometimes people. Now it's true, some of them are jerks, but I would rather not let that get me upset because all that does affect my state of mind. All that does is put me in a bad mood, and I don't want to be in a bad mood. I don't want to be upset. So I tend to be a
something
I
little
heard-
bit-
to say.
I heard my brother back there, and I thought, I need to move the camera a little bit.
I got something to say. When I went to school during the 60s, 70s, they did have trades in, and one of them was on how plants grow. And I don't remember everything, but I do remember one thing, that leaves have more than one layer. They have many layers.
By the way,
That's true.
that's true. By the way, Randy, I've got to go. I lost track of time, and I have got to get ready for work. And
Oh
so-
yeah, it's 1:40. Yeah, dude, you
Yeah.
gotta get ready.
1:40, and you got to leave by 3.
Well, I have to be there,
At 3.
by. I usually start getting ready at 1:30, so I'm a little over past my
10 minutes
time.
behind. Yep.
I typically try to keep a schedule. It don't always follow through though, but I got a little bit of leeway worked in there. So in instances like this, I won't be late. Still, I need to go. Thank
Okay,
y'all.
Gary. Take care, honey. Be careful.
God bless y'all.
Oh, my God.
Hey. Hey. Ouch. Stop. Sit.
Oh, my goodness.
Sit.
Ronald took these dogs for a walk, but they want to go again.
Yeah, because they got out. They're active. They want. I told you they're loud. They need like a big area to run and play.
Well, the bad thing is because they like to run off, we can't let them.
And there's no
Do
dog
you have
parks to take them to, huh?
Well,
Do you have a clothesline?
The bad thing about the dog parks is that people don't pick up after the darn dogs. And my dog's got worms.
You have a clothesline, Rebecca?
No, I don't.
Some people take a clothesline and put a line on where they can run around that way on the clothesline. It's
Yeah,
like
run
Well,
exercise.
eventually the front yard will be refenced, but so Ronald, take one at a time and get running with them up and down the road. Just don't fall. I know that gravel. Unless you make them run up and down the hill or driveway, Ronald, because that's asphalt. Blue, no, Denver, come here. Come here.
The asphalt actually is good
Relax.
for them because their claws, when they run
Yes.
on the asphalt, it helps keep them trim.
Yeah. Ooh, Al Chief is going live in 18 minutes.
In 18 minutes, yes.
Yep.
All right. Well,
I
I'm
have
about
a,
to get off mine anyway.
We have 18 minutes.
Well, I know, but we can go aggravate Al.
we can go in.
Alright, Well, we can leave and like give it 8 minutes, then we'll leave at 10 of. That way everybody can get. Yeah, I don't want you
We'll
to
be able to go
get
do
off.
our personal business.
Yeah.
Right.
No. But yeah, running them up and down, you know, it's like our road. If I showed you guys, it's got ruts in it.
Mm.
You know, and for my brother to go running on that with the gravel loose, not a good idea.
No.
No.
Right now, it's a perfect time also because the roads are still cool for them to be on tar and pavement, only because it's not
Yeah,
so
it
hot
won't
yet.
burn their.
Right, it won't burn their paws, the pads.
It did burn blues. So I put this ointment on, and when it is hot out there, I have these silicone booties that I can put on him. They're yellow,
That's cool.
and it really helps him.
That's cool. Yeah, I feel bad. My cat, when I lived up north, never been out of the house, and because I lived on the first floor in a housing area, kids would go by and look over my screen because the screens didn't have the clamp down, so they didn't lock in place. They just had it so you can slide it up with the little pieces. So they would slide it up, and my cat escaped, and she'd never been out of the house. So I had to get a hold of the other neighborhood kids, and say, "Hey, my cat escaped. She's got like an orange spot here. She's got a black spot inside of her mouth, and this is the kind of idea she looks like." A few hours later, they bring her back to me. They find her, and all 4 of her paws were all blistered from being out in the drive, whatever, the roads. Let's see. Frogster says, "Miss Kim, I know, but maybe next book I'll have a look. It sounds yummy." Oh, because of her recipes in her channel. And then Frogster said, "My boy is due back from dance soon, so I'll say a fond farewell until the next time. I'm 5 to 6 hours ahead of you in the USA, so I'm not about when it's evening time with you. Take care, one and all." Frogster, you have a good evening over there.
Yep,
Over
she's
here
over
on
the
East
waters.
Coast time, yeah, she's over the pond. It's over here on East Coast time. It's 2:45 p.m. And then where Rebecca is, it's 1:45.
It's 1:45 here. I'm in Central Time.
Yep.
That's a
That's why she
long.
said
Is
5
that
to
a
6 hours.
53? Is that a 53 footer you just passed?
Yep.
And here's another one.
Yep. I'm pulling a 53 foot too.
Ooh, we got oh, I forget what it's called, the tractor. We got
Front
come
end
on,
loader.
Dad, spit it out.
Front end loader.
Front end loader. There we go.
Front end loader.
A
Yeah, I'd like
bulldozer.
to have one of them.
53. Yeah, and I didn't even know this, but Devil Dog taught me something. That when you load one of those trucks, you put one, I guess, in the middle, and then another one in the middle, and then 2 beside each other. I didn't even know that.
What you do is if it's a reefer trailer, you put one pallet up on the nose. You got to keep the weight off. You got to move the weight around evenly disperse the weight. So you put one pallet up front, then 2, and then 1, and then you can double backwards because the back of a trailer is lighter than the front because you got the rear ends and everything of a truck and the reefer motor on the front. So you got to move some of the weight to the back. But if you don't have, if it's heavy stuff, and then you got to, want to spread it out. You can't put it all on one side axle. We're only allowed 34,000 trailer and 34,000 pounds on the drives. And somebody's calling. I don't know who it is, so I'm not going to answer it right now. And
Randy
you got
wants to know how
12,000
fast you're
pounds on the
going.
steers.
Randy.
76. 76 right now. In a 55.
Look at that.
It's 55 through here. We are in Tennessee. I'm sorry. We did cross over into Tennessee.
I gotta get my my thing up so I can follow Randy.
Mhm.
I'm not. I don't know how to do that on my phone, and I'm not going to.
It's a free app that, You don't have no kids, so
Nope.
it's a free app that you can download, and it actually shows how fast people are driving, where they're at, and everything.
And you can also check and see if they need their phone charged.
And you can send messages that way. Yep, and it tells you what their phone charge, if how low it is, and everything. It'll update you.
Miss Des doesn't take much.
For me,
Mhm.
we were talking. She says it's 7:45 p.m. here. I'm still getting used to your all time differences. Froggy brain when clocks go back and forward an hour. I said, yeah, my brain gets like that too, Frogster.
Because right now, because some people are in Arizona, they're on Pacific Standard Time instead of Mountain Standard Time.
Yep.
Where did I
Which
just
is-
lose you?
It's like
I just
crazy.
lost Randy. I just lost Randy. Oh, there you go. All right, I found you again. You're on 81 right now. It had you on a side street for a second, a side road. Where are you going to make your stop at, Randy?
I haven't decided yet. I got to stop pretty quick, get fuel though. But I'm gonna try to probably get on the other side of Knoxville. There's a big Petro there. Plenty of
Okay.
room to park.
All right, where's Knoxville?
Where I was thinking of meeting up Randy,
Okay, I see it.
Oh,
where my
I think I'm
brother-in-law,
going in and out.
where's my brother-in-law lives off of Highway 40, which is Midway.
Randy's going. Oh, he's down for a second.
He's
Randy's
down.
and Randy's on 81, and that's what I went on when I moved down here. Was on 81, and then I went to go visit my mom, so I went west on 40. So he's probably going to head 81 to 40. We shall see. He will be back, so we're stuck up here. Here he comes.
Here he comes.
Here he comes.
I'm
Randy-
I'm in a bad area, guys.
That's all right. Are you going 81 to 40?
I'm on 81 to 40, right?
Okay, because that's how I moved down south. I went 81 to 40, but then I went west to go visit my mom in Clarksville, Tennessee, and then went 24 south down towards Dothan, Alabama, and then east on I-10. So no tolls that way. I like it.
Do you know Ashley of C&C Farm?
Yep.
Des?
She lives
Yeah.
over by St. Louis.
Yeah, she does. Well, she surprised me.
And I was supposed to see her the other day, and her mom showed up, and so I didn't meet her.
Oh, bummer.
I went by
How'd
her
she-
house.
How'd she surprise you and with what? And also Homestead in the Wood with Dee. She says, hi, Randy, Rebecca, and me. And Kim
Hi.
said,
My D.
Randy, if you put the link up, I'll join you. Kim, he's gonna drop down in like a couple of minutes because
Here
we're going
in a
over
second.
we're going over to Al Chafe's my back step. He's doing a live at 3 p.m. Eastern time.
Oh, Bandit Frogster says, please don't wreck the gas station, Mr. Randy. Like real
and
and
virtual.
viral.
Virtual.
Time to definitely got to go now. Toodle,
Toodle pips.
toodle pip,
Toodles.
toodles. Be safe. Bandit
All right,
Frogster.
guys. I'm gonna
Go
lose
ahead.
everybody here, so let's end it down.
All right, Randy.
So
I'll be
everybody say
following you.
goodbye.
I'll be following
Bye,
you on the phone.
everyone.
Bye, guys.
I'll see you
Love
over
ya.
at Al's in a little bit.
See you at Al.
Look over to Al
Chafe.
Chafin's.
Be safe, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Hit the button, dummy.
Bye.